Alrighty then. So, hey there friendlies, how's up? Welcome to my fantabulous live stream. If in fact you're watching as time shifted to tomorrow or next week or whenever, then thank you for that. I enjoy seeing the comments show up after the fact. I love knowing that you're watching even if you cannot partake in the side chat. If at any point tonight you love what's happening, I invite you to hit that thumbs up. If at any point tonight you kind of hate what's happening, that's alright. The thumbs down works as well. And if you'd like to take a more active role in supporting the channel, as some in the side chat already have, then I invite you to check out the join button right. It's mirrored. So anyways, there's a join button right under the video window. If you click on that, you'll see that there are 2 tiers and tell you what you get for your hard-earned folding money. So, without much further ado, let's see who we got with us, who's here, who's hanging, who we can chitty and chatty with. Excuse me is in the house. Excuse me is a channel member. Personal hero. We got Shawnee, nice to see you, also a personal hero. Fox is in the house. Good evening, nerds, he says. How's it going, Cliff? We got, yes, the StreamYard. I'm using StreamYard. I tried to use the Streamlabs just before this, but I did not have time to really test it out, and I couldn't get any sound happening with Russell, and then the whole thing crashed on me. So I was like, okay. We'll do that in like 2 weeks. Gonna spend some time with it, getting it all kicked into shape. Grace Martin is here. How's it going? Christy's here. Nice to see you. Looks like a good crew we got. Russell is asking if there's a funky background noise. I have no idea because I can hear nothing. Hold on. Let me bring up the. Come on, fool. I did not. Where is my... There it is. Okay. Let me bring up the sound. Yes, it does sound like PC's not on, so I don't know what's making that noise. Oh, maybe dishwasher, maybe? Anyways, I'm not going to deal with it right now, but I'll do some tests afterwards to see if that funky noise is still there. Let me see. Where were we? I was saying hi to the peoples, to the many peoples. But yes, there is a funky background noise. That might have been, if I angle this, no, that doesn't make sense, because if the sound is coming, I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out this week. We got Canadian in the house. How's it going, Jerry? Marcus, how's it going? Also a channel member. So is Canadian, by the way. David Evans in the house. Nice to see you. David Evans is a moderator, so be nice to him, okay? Otherwise, you know what'll happen. Where the hell are my glasses? Oh, there they are. So, as I forgot to say earlier, we got beer. We got blades, and we're going to talk bushcraft. You know what? I see better without these on, so forgive the glasses free look tonight. But it's all in the name of comfort. The beer for this evening, should I zoom out a bit? Like, do I look a little too, like, radio documentary? Like, hold on. You've got a good look at the freckles on my arms. Ha! Is that better? Do I look a little less claustrophobic now? Beer. Okay, so this is a désirable, which is a jeu de mots, a word play on the desirables, I guess, and some maples. It's a maple. It's a amber beer with maple. Strong beer. It's a 7%. All right. Vrai bon goût d'érable. So a real good taste of maple. It's got some metals from silver from Lyon in 2017. So I guess there's a beer show in Lyon, France. There's a couple more, but I don't really care about that crap. I don't. I mean, very few of these shows really reflect the value of the beverages or whatever being shown. I'm trying to adjust this to see if maybe I can lower that funky noise in the background. But like every time I touch it, I'm afraid that I'm going to create some weird sounds. Russell, when we were doing a test live stream the other night, were you hearing that funky noise? Whoops. Well, I blew that pour. That means Serge is probably going to pop in tonight. Where was I? Canadian says, must be a new camera. Yes, it is a new camera. It is. Here's the old camera. The new camera looks exactly the same, except instead of an 8 here, it's got a 9. Rob on the internet says, stupid YouTube not giving me notification when the stream went live. I set it up real last minute tonight because, as some of you know, I have an issue with getting the time to do my setups beforehand. And this week I've been trying to set up to use the same streaming app as Russell uses. But in messing around with the settings and stuff like that, I haven't actually edited any videos in the past 2 weeks. So I'll put, hey, Canoe Hunt Adventures, Dennis is here. Dennis had an interesting live stream happening tonight, but I only got to see like 10 minutes of it before I had to get the kids fed. Oh! Whoops. I say whoops! How do I change that now? Hold on a second here. Yeah, Russell says we probably shouldn't test a new system at 8:58 on a Tuesday. You're absolutely right. We should not. I am trying to figure something out here because I left accidentally my name at the bottom as the one I was using on Russell's live stream, and I do not know how to edit that live. So we're just going to leave me as just the Wonderkind for tonight, okay? Shawnee says the mic isn't picking up your voice directly. Hold on a second, let me listen to this. I've just had a brain fart. Hold on 1 second here, people. 1 second. Is that better? Does that sound better? I think that might be better. Hold on a second. This is so frustrating. I do believe that sounds better. Yeah, okay. Freaking, I was about to use a different F word, but freaking StreamYard was using a different mic, even though I had set it to this one. So I'm glad we got that squared away. I just love how we keep having these little tech issues on my live stream every week. All right, let's try the beer. I think I may have had this beer with you guys. This maple beer. I'm not really big on maple flavored booze, to be straight with you. Like, we have this maple whiskey here called Sortilège that I hate. Well, it smells mapley. It tastes mapley. Yeah, it's all right. I mean, it's mapley, so I'm like, meh. But it's not horrible. Hey, Whiskey Harbor in the house. Ron is here too. Sorry, I got mixed up with trying to do a little tech support on my own system here. So nice to see some friendlies popping in. Man on the streets here. A maple stout would be nice. Yeah, actually, maple would work well with a stout. Because, like, stouts do really well with, chocolate and coffee and all those kinds of flavors. So, yeah. Darth Vader in the house. How's it going? Nate Muskoka, who hasn't been here in a minute. Nice to see your name pop up. And he says something that I believe everyone must get in touch with. Maple-flavored everything gets tired after a while. Canadians have this problem. Especially eastern, sort of Quebec, Ontario, New Brunswick, where we're in, like, the epicenter of maple crap. Man, it gets really, really tired after a while. And that's why I just don't like it anymore. I'm just taking as well as freaking pumpkin flavors. Yeah, I'm not into the whole pumpkin spice thing, that's for sure. But anyway. Hey, next week I have a panel discussion happening. We're going to be talking about winter camping. Nate, I was going to ping you about that, but I kind of, life got in the way. So yeah, I'm looking forward to having that show in the next week. On the 17th, it's going to be a rough day for me because I have to bring my car in to get the damage from the car accident repaired. And then I have a governing board meeting, for the school at 7. And I told them, look, I have a hard deadline at 8:30 because I got to get set up for something else. Then I'm live streaming. So I think I'm going to sleep like a log on next Tuesday night. Know what I'm saying? Hold on a second. I could go with maple flavored bacon if it's not too cloying and sticky. But the thing is, I live in Quebec, dude. We put maple syrup on bacon, so we don't have to flavor the bacon maple, right? Nate is saying cereal, coffee, donuts. Take it out of a tree and pour it on my pancakes, and I'm good. Yeah, yeah. I don't even like the maple glazed donuts at Tim Hortons. I don't. I'm not like. I mean, I know that as people who live here and in your province and New Brunswick, like, loving the maple is almost like a cultural imperative, but nope. And it's funny because there was this whole rumor that, like, Canadian money smells like maple, but, like, I think it just smells like polymer, you know? Like, there were YouTubes about it and everything, like, Canadian polymer bills smell like maple, and I'm like, what? Maybe it was only the hundreds because they're brown, right? I don't know. Hold on a second. Crumbs. Canadian says that whooshing sound is me making hot chocolate, so I take it you're using an espresso machine to make your hot chocolate, like I do. What's everyone's favorite donuts? I don't know. Boston cream. What the heck is a Boston cream called in the rest of the country? It's like chocolate glazed and then like a custard or something inside. I think outside Quebec it's got a more Canadiana name, which is why they call it Boston cream here. But I'm really sort of coming around to just like your basic, whatever the white cake donut is with a glaze on it, like honey glaze or whatever. My tastes are getting simpler in my old age. I'm just taking a look here. All right, Russell's getting dressed. All right, good to know. You like the old-fashioned plain? The plain's a little too plain for me, but I like it to be. I like it to be fairly simple. I used to go for those creamy ones and everything. Not anymore. So in the States, they call it a Boston cream. Anyway, doesn't really matter. It's a freaking donut. I don't care. Um, Canadian likes the blueberry fritter. Country boy likes the apple fritter. I almost never order that, but the few times I have, I'm like, why don't I order this more often? Look, I don't buy a lot of donuts anymore, to be straight with you guys. I'm with Dennis on this one. Yikes. Maple flavored Russell. I'll pass. I've never even heard of a jelly stick. What the heck is that? Like crullers or something? Yeah, I know Mike has a cool trip coming up. I'm looking forward to hearing. Nate, I have Mike on 2 live streams next week. I have him on that one on Tuesday, and then Wednesday. Whoops, sorry. And then on Wednesday for my whiskey channel, I have him on. We're doing a tasting of an Irish whiskey, a Teeling single malt. I have a very, I was going to say irregular, but I think the word I'm looking for is Quand c'est pas souvent, là. Oh my God, guys, you know when something is regular and it happens often, and then something is kind of rare, like an event is kind of rare. The word I'm looking for is. This is gonna bug me. This is gonna bug me massively. What is the word I'm looking for? Hang on, then. Facebook. Did I post about it on the Book of Faces? I bet you I did. I'm gonna bet you I did. Tabernouche. Such a. I hate it when I lose my words like this. Infrequent is the word I was looking for. So I've got this uber infrequent whiskey live stream where my tasting panel and it's a 3-person panel. It's me, it's Mike Morton, and a friend from Alberta, Scott Green. I know him through playing music, and he has a channel called Cocktails at Home, and so we get together and we crack a bottle that none of us have tasted yet, which is hard because those two guys know everything about bourbon, and I'm into Scotch, and so finding something that none of us have had can be a real chore, which is part of the reason the live stream is so infrequent. Occasional is a good one too. Hold on. Sporadic is also good. Hey, Mark, how's it going? Mark John's in the house. Hold on. Yeah, I know that you owned a donut shop, Sean. Apple is that the shizzle? Yeah, I think you're right. I don't know why I never ordered them. Aside from the fact that these days I'm never near a donut shop. I'm trying to keep my girlish figure. You know what I'm saying? Which, by the way, a beer advent calendar was not good for my waistline, let me tell you. I mean, it was great to have, and I discovered some really cool beers and everything, but whew, like one of these every single day, holy snap. Okay, so it's a long donut with jelly inside. All right. What's on the video list to shoot? You know, like next month till summer. I don't. There's. I have some things that I want to shoot. I just have to be able to get to where I want to shoot to do them. But I got some stuff planned. I got some stuff coming out. I don't have any like product reviews over the next little while, which is good and bad. I mean, I like doing the reviews because I'm a gearhead, right? I like playing with the stuff. But you know, gear reviews are not the same as showing skills and showing enjoyment of the outdoors. The Miss is planning a Curacao trip in February. If you're on when I'm there, maybe I'll join you live from a pool sipping mojitos. Yeah, that'd be cool. Nate says, never knew he was a big whiskey guy, but I can see it. His brother Brian literally looks like Irish whiskey. If there's a person who embodied Irish whiskey, it's Mike's brother. That is cool. Yeah, he sends me pictures every now and again of like this is an old fashioned made with like some ancient bottle that he's at a place and someone's got this cool bottle. Hold on, what did David say? I just saw. Uh, I don't know. However, like I'm getting these sounds that somebody is blithering on Discord. So maybe I'll shut the Discord. Oh, I'll just ignore it. Hold on. I'm missing stuff. Hold on here. Hold on. It's like I'm missing comments. All right. It's weird. Like there are a bunch of comments in YouTube that are not showing up in StreamYard. I'm getting so tired of the technology, guys. Absolutely. Like David on YouTube says, how come Russell is not on your whiskey tasting panel? Well, because he's so good with the whiskey tasting. His notes are so bang on and everything that I just feel that it would be threatening to the rest of us to have someone that good and that of a professional level, with us three, dilettantes. So it's just because I felt threatened. And then Al says because he'll drink it from a moose glass with a freaking straw, and I think you're right about that. Russell has things he wants to shoot. I believe you. I absolutely believe you. I don't know if I necessarily need to buy this maple beer again. Like the maple is starting to get a little cloying. Like when the cure, right? Because I was about to say when the beer is cold. So of course, spoonerism. When the beer is really cold, it's not bad. But now that it's starting to warm up and the flavors are starting to get a little more like a warm hug, it's like starting to get cloying. Man on the street just fizzed. Why? What did you get that gives you the fizz? Did you open your whiskey? Jess, I need to impress my whiskey buddies. What is under $100 to make an evening? That totally depends. I don't know what kind of selection you have where you live, but something like this is a blend, but this is by Compass Box, so it's an extremely desirable blend. This was like $80 Canadian. I don't know where you live. This specific one is a store pick from a store that I shop at in Calgary, but it's a very good blend. This is the Compass Box Artist Blend. Extremely good for under $80. If you want like something that's a single malt Scotch, you're gonna look for the Arran 10. If you want something a little more sherried, that's got some of those sweet, fruity notes, the Arran Bodega or just Arran Sherry Cask, that's a little closer to like $90 Canadian. Killer for the price. Arran hits so far above their price point, it's almost comical. Even the whiskey that I made my whiskey of the year for 2022 on my other channel is a Bruichladdich, a Port Charlotte 10-year. That's very, very peated, but it was like 91 in Alberta dollars. Here in Quebec, everything just costs too much, so I don't buy here. Yeah, maybe Russell can get me some sponsors. Maybe Sean Alaska. Yeah, it's not a 24. It's just a Teeling single malt. I would show you, but I don't want to step off screen. Moose glasses are underrated, so are sippy cups. Mark John says, hi from a fellow Quebecer. How could I get a coffee mug like I have? Do I have a coffee mug? Did I bring a coffee mug down? Did I bring my tea down? Oh, my land. I forgot like half my stuff. I have the tea. We're good. Which coffee mug is it? Hi, Chris Mike in the house. Hi. How late am I on the chitty chatty here? Am I keeping up? Am I? Hey, look who's here. Kevin. So what is everyone's favorite whiskey Christmas gift? Yours was the red breast 12-year-old. Kevin, I got to show you something. Oh, okay. I'm getting off screen, but I'll be gone for like 2 seconds. Maybe 10. Look at this. This is the cask strength 12. I cannot wait to get this open. Oh, crumbs, I just kicked Russell off by... Yeah, add yourself. So this is, Kevin, this is the Red Breast 12 cask strength. This is my first Red Breast. I can't open it yet because I have to shoot a review on my other channel for it, of it. But I am looking forward to getting into this. Like, I was about to say something that would get me demonetized. I am very much looking forward to getting into this. Because everyone tells me that Redbreast is like a killer Irish whiskey. What I got myself for Christmas, because every year, Kevin, I get myself a Christmas dram. More for the channel than for anything else, but I got a Compass Box Artist Blend. This was my holiday dram for the other channel. Delish. Blended, but still delish. And I think it was Mark Jones who was asking what's a great whiskey for under $100. It's so small that...
Sorry, I was trying to come in while you were gone there, but I was too slow.
All right. Better late than never, Slowpoke. What?
Oh. How's everybody tonight?
Nika whiskey from the barrel. 66 Canadian for this little 500 mils. Beautiful. It's also a blend, but there's like it's blended the way only the Japanese can do it. It's absolutely spectacular for the price. So we know what Kevin got for as a whiskey Christmas. Do you guys get do you guys ask for like a whiskey gift, or like do any of you get a whiskey gift from anyone in your families? Like one year, my wife got me. I think it was a Lafroig 10 or something. But I very rarely get, like, a booze gift. Well, except for when Al buys me a Blue Label, but you know what I'm saying. Yes, Cliff, you're absolutely right. There is a weird delay on comments between YouTube and StreamYard. I'm trying to stick with the StreamYard ones so that I can click on them and show your comments. But...
Okay, yeah. I'll keep an eye on them as well.
All right.
If that helps.
Yep. Sean is a Tullamore Dew guy. I know that. I think we've had that conversation. That's a legit beverage as well. Absolutely. You're very Irish whiskey-ish, aren't you, Sean? Shawnee says to Kevin, I was gifted a Woodford Reserve bottle. He's going on the refill bottle list. Yes, I just bought one of those, a refill of that this week, and then I did a live stream with Russell and did some damage to it. But Woodford is one of my favorite bourbons to have on the bar cart at all times. It's very good, especially it's affordable. It makes a great cocktail, which is what I usually use bourbon with, but that one you can sip by itself and still enjoy it. So that's a good one. Kevin, one day I want to be able to see one of your presentations. I feel that that's a side of you that I want to really, I want to see that, because I guess part of the same. I'm losing my words in the English. For some of the same reasons why, like some of the people in the side chat here keep demanding that I find a way to either live stream or record one of my concerts, one of my shows in the pubs and stuff. It's a side of you that I haven't seen yet, and I think I would enjoy like seeing the knowledge come out in that format. Um, I'm also a sucker for any kind of seminar esque kind of evening. Like I watch so many YouTubes of guys like Brian Cox or Neil deGrasse Tyson giving a talk. To me, going to a talk is a good night. It's a good night out. I don't live with anyone who agrees with me on that, but I like to go. Stuff. So how did it go? Now, Norfolk Naturalists. Is there a Norfolk in Ontario, or were you doing like a virtual thing to someone in the States? Like, where would Norfolk be? Oh, excuse me. Yeah, I've got the Alberta Premium Cast Strength. I have batch 2 and batch 3. I've done some damage to both of those bottles. I missed out on the batch 1, and I do not pay secondary, so I'm never going to get to taste it. Ah, now I know why Al is fizzing. He just popped the newest Ghost in Rare Blue. What can I get for under $5 and comes in a paper bag? Probably something by Alberta Premium. Whiskey Harbor says, I'll go out on a limb here. Has anyone tried Screwball Peanut Butter Whiskey? I have seen it, but a funk, no. There ain't no way. I really don't do flavored whiskeys. No. Russell likes to wait an uncomfortable long time to reply and say hi, so you'll feel like you have to say hi again. The thing is, that is the most Russell statement I have seen in months.
What? I make Russell statements all the time. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but not like that. Not like that. So, what? Apparently, I'm falling apart.
Mentally or?
Well, I was just going to say that for once, it's not me saying it. Oh, Ian's here. How's it going? Ah, the tea mug with the evergreens. You know what? I don't know where you live, but that came from Loblaws. I just said Loblaws. We don't have. What the hell is Loblaws called in Quebec? Provigo.
Loblaws.
They do like they have this whole home section, and they had plates that had like deer and evergreens on them, and there were these cups with the evergreens. Yeah, I love those cups. Love them. They're supposed to be the Christmas cups, but when we put away the Christmas stuff, we kept a couple of them out because we both love them.
So, Jess, I got my new bottle tonight. I'm thinking of pouring it now because that'll give it lots of time.
Yes, you need 12 minutes.
Look, it's an awesome glass.
It's a very bushcraft glass.
It's the most Canadian glass you can get, I gotta say, right?
It's very Canadian, yes.
This isn't Canadian at all, but it's just fun to drink out of. You got that little straw thing going on there, right? That's the sippy cup.
Yep.
But it's okay. I don't want Al to have any coronary, so I did actually bring the Scotch glass.
All right. You're gonna throw a rock in there, or are you just gonna drink like a?
I'm just gonna drink it. I got this today, so
yep, nice.
Go for it.
So, as we always say in the Scotch world, a minute in the glass per year in the cask. So pour yourself a little bit, time yourself to 12 minutes, and then start nosing and tasting.
It's okay to wait longer than that, though, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I have a bottle in the back there that I cannot stomach unless I let it sit for 30 minutes. And it's nowhere near a 30-year because I cannot afford a 30-year anything.
Is there a way to open these? Should I use a corkscrew or something?
No. No, you do what Jesse does on his whiskey channel. You take a knife to the wrapper, and then you just twist off the little corky cork.
Okay.
Country Boy sent me another pic. I'm gonna. Which platform did you send it to me on? It's when I was trying to set up next week's panel live stream. That's a classic knife. I love it. I don't know if I love how you're about to try to do it. No. Back to what I was trying to say. I'm going to ignore Russell. When I was trying to set up the damn live stream, it takes me extra time because I can't remember which messaging platform I spoke to X person on versus Y versus Z. It's like what I need to do is just consolidate all the rain dance stuff on one messaging system. Like pick the one that most of the guys I interact with for rain dancey stuff, and just stick with that. How are you managing to make that the loudest uncorking possible?
Sorry, should I muted?
Well, let's see how good the pop is when the cork comes out.
Oh, is that a thing?
Yeah, a good pop is a good pop.
Try not to fart while I do this. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Okay, continue. Sorry, I don't mean to.
Yeah, so like I have to just start consolidating all of my contacts for, like, say Rain Dance Bushcraft stuff is all on, I don't know, Facebook Messenger. I'm just pulling things out of the ether here, and everything dribs and drams related is, I don't know, Instagram Messenger or something. Squeeze Me is asking Sean how the insulation is going. What's the temperature like up there right now? Here it's -10, so it's not like frigid. But when I ran out in my t-shirt to take the compost out earlier, I was like, not the best choice I could have made. So what's it like up in Alaska tonight?
Yeah, I ran out there in my underwear earlier. That wasn't a good idea either. Yeah.
No. Kevin is asking Dennis how the show was tonight. I only got to see the first 10 minutes as well, but it looked like it was going to be a good one. And here's the magic, because I'd never heard of either of those guys, right? So I'm like, oh, yeah, okay, I'm totally watching this. But I mean, I was getting the kids' supper ready and everything. Okay, Whiskey Harbor says, I'm told if you mix it with a strawberry liqueur, it's like drinking a peanut butter sandwich. How late am I on the comments here?
If you mix what with strawberry liqueur?
He was talking about a peanut butter whiskey liqueur. I think
okay.
Pookie says, I think Pookie needs a new chair. Just saying. I think he's talking about you because this chair is fine.
Oh, well, it squeaks a lot and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Darth Vader says, I'm notoriously cheap. I buy low price stuff and then bitch incessantly about the quality. Fair enough. A lot of people do that.
You're like 99% of North America.
Yeah. Yeah. What I've done, because I used to do that, but like things like, you'd buy the $100 vacuum from Canadian Tire, and then next year you'd buy the $100 vacuum from Canadian Tire, and then the year after that you'd buy that. So these days I'm the opposite.
Yep.
I will wait an extra 6 months to get the money up for X, so that I do the cry once. Was it buy once cry once, or is it cry once buy once? It's buy once cry once, right? I think.
Sure, sounds right.
So yeah, that's what I do, and if I do it, it must be right. You know what I'm saying?
Incidentally,
okay.
I don't see I don't see any difference between the StreamYard chat and the YouTube chat, so I think it's okay.
You think it's fine?
I've been watching it for a while.
Okay. Country Boy says that he mailed me pictures in June. Okay. Sean is deep into the ceiling now. She finished up this weekend. It's going to be so good when you can just move the hell in there and not worry about what the temperature's going to like when you could just move in there.
Yeah.
That's going to be so good.
I remember the day I moved in here,
Yeah.
and it was like so nice.
Start a fire. I mean, in the stove.
Actually, yeah. I moved in before I had the wood stove in, but it wasn't long. But yeah.
How long was it before you got the wood stove in there?
I moved in, I think in September, so the temperatures weren't that bad.
Okay.
And then it was like last week of October that I got the wood stove in.
All right.
Talk about that was by far the heaviest thing I brought in, by the way.
Oh yeah, I've moved a couple of wood stoves. Like when we used to have a hunt camp, we had a wood stove that we moved in, and then we replaced it with a bigger one. They are not lightweight. And while we're on the subject of lightweights, I see that we have like 30 people watching, but only 23 thumbs ups. I'm just hinting. Sharon's here.
I'll click again.
Okay. We like to click early and
often. 23 for some reason.
I just don't know what happened.
Son of a. Okay, I clicked again.
Son of a.
You got 3 for me.
Oh yeah, come on, look at that. Shawnee's gonna start asking for whiskey gifts. Yeah, man. My problem is like, okay, I had this issue, and let me know if any of you guys had this issue this year. And I say that as someone who got this as a birthday gift from his wife. Okay. Like she's like, I need a Christmas list for you, and I'm like, I didn't want to do one because everything on it was expensive as shift, dude. Right? Because I don't want a bunch of little gewgaws that I'm not going to use because I am surrounded by crap. I'm owned by my stuff. And I want less stuff. So I off-gas what I can every now and again. So the last thing I want is stuff coming in that doesn't fit into the plan for I wanted to get a new camera because I had a specific concept of what I needed this new camera to do. And buying that camera meant that I can now use the previous one to teach Camille how to shoot on a DSLR. Do you know what I'm saying? So like there was a use case for this and there's a use case for this. So I'm not looking for a place to put this one. And so that's how because I have so much crap and it stresses me out because it creates a mess. And I live with someone who has OCD.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, I know we understand.
That's my life. So that's my life.
Yeah. So it's like, give me a Christmas list. I'm like, oh no, please. So instead I say, give me some money towards this or that.
Yeah.
And it's working out well for me because, like she bought me this, right? And this is how I'm using this camera to live stream through HDMI. So it works out well. When it comes the other way,
I like that.
It's just every time she's interested in something, she's like, "Hey, what do you think of this?" I just buy it, and hope to hell she doesn't go and buy anything. Because she's really hard to buy for if you don't do it that way. Hey, I didn't pour a whiskey for later. What am I having? I cannot open the Redbreast just yet. Maybe this Port Charlotte 10? Heavily peated.
Al's not going to like that.
Yeah, but I'm getting to the end of my blue. All right, I have 1 dram of blue.
We're going... Oh, I was going to say, we're going peated Al.
No, because he's going to be rude about it. So I'll pour 1 dram of blue, and then I'll go peated.
And repeated.
You always end your night with the peat. You always end on the peat.
Not done. Oh my god, I was about to go into a Family Guy bit. It's probably not a good idea.
Why? Because I'm going to get demonetized again because of you?
I'll tell you later. Jesse, these are not new glasses. the other night when I passed out at my computer, I must have like bashed my glasses in with my face because they're all bent out of shape. So these are like backup glasses.
You got backup glasses?
Yeah. And I have other glasses that also work really well, but these are the ones my wife really doesn't like. Can you see why?
Well, you're wearing those ones. I keep expecting you to talk about kitties.
Julian. Yep. My kitties.
He says A's and Paul are good guys. Yeah, I'm gonna watch that on the side on the repeat as I often do, Dennis. Oh, you got an Aberlour 10. Nice. Yeah, that's a good choice. I've had that one before. What I want is the Aberlour Abuna, but in Quebec, it's really freaking expensive. Canadian, I picked up just in the 10 minutes of Dennis's live stream that I got to see that these guys were at least well acquainted with Canada, which was nice to see. I was hoping that I'd have time to hear some of their thoughts and stuff, but you know. Oh, this is good to know. Ease is listed in Kevin's Explorer blog next week as one of the top 5 binge-worthy outdoor channels. I will definitely give him a look then.
Nice.
Excuse me, is asking you, Russell. Do you think Jess looks like an older version of Kevin Arnold?
No, I think Jess looks like a younger version of Kevin Arnold.
I don't know who the hell Kevin Arnold is. Is that?
No, you know, you look nothing like Kevin Arnold he's an actor.
Okay.
I don't know.
Sean says, yeah, I am. Okay, so he's talking about he is an Irish whiskey guy. Wow, I must be late. When did this comment happen? I'm about 10 minutes late. His dad was a Bushmills and bourbon guy. I've always liked the Irish whiskey myself, not Bushmills or Jameson though. Fair enough. Jameson and Bushmills are kind of like the Canadian Club or the Jack Daniels of Irish whiskey. You know, they're huge. They're absolutely huge. And they're basic. They're run of the mill Irish whiskeys. You know, you get shots in a pub, chances are it's going to be Jameson. In Northern Ireland, one of them is considered Protestant and the other is considered Catholic. So there was a time when you knew whose knees to break by going off of what they drank. But, you know, we're in the 21st century now. Sean says, surprisingly, I have not itched too bad doing this. So you're using the pink poofy stuff, eh? I remember when I was a youngin' and I was working. You guys, well, many of you guys, the OGs know that my first 5 summer jobs, or my first job for 5 summers in a row, was working as a carpenter's apprentice in Vancouver. And I was on this job with my dad because he got me into it. And so I was on this job with my dad. We were a 2-man crew doing like a real small job, a little rejuve of an attic room kind of thing, and cutting a skylight into the ceiling. And I remember him, you know, chopping out the inner part of the wall, and this little poof of that stuff floating down, and he turned to talk to me, and you know when you're about to start talking to someone, he's just like whoop, gone. It's like, oh my snap, you okay there, Dad? He's like, it was hilarious. I mean, in hindsight, at the time, no, it was hilarious then too. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I just remembered how to adjust my name. But yeah. Okay, so I must be really late. Yeah, I'd like to see. Yeah, it's a side of us. Like, your on stage persona. You know what you just reminded me of, Kevin? I was once talking to my eldest daughter, Camille. Well, I mean, you guys have seen Camille. About us being on stage and how we sort of, I mean, we don't put on masks. We're not different people, but we sort of, you don't, if I just stood there on stage and was just like the normal me, then I would be pretty boring. And so I was saying how, like, David is the organized one, and Peter is, Peter plays as the sort of the funny one. And I said that I pretend to be the grumpy one. And she says, pretend? It's like totally roasted by my own daughter. But I mean, it's true, because I mean, I'm always angry anyway, right? Okay, online for it's north of Toronto. Okay. Yeah. One day I'll get in on one of your chats, one of your talks, one of your chats, one of your talks. Still doing some online presentations, but stage ones are gaining. Online ones I could probably, if I ever knew about them coming up, and I don't know, what do you do? Buy a ticket or something? I could probably get into, but getting anywhere in person right now is tough. Tough. I mean, I haven't seen Sam Jackson in a dog's age. I don't know where that guy is. I just don't know. Apparently Destiny's here. Oh yeah, Destiny. How's it going? Nice to see you, Destiny.
Hey, Destiny. Oh my God, you are really far behind.
Yeah, I'm totally far behind. I may, I'm gonna have to jump. Oh, except I won't jump past this. Okay. And by the way, I love the fact that Kevin started this with question, because that makes it sort of jump out at me. Who prefers an online presentation or live? I'm going to take that question and run with it a bit, because I love a live presentation in terms of going to an event. Do you know what I'm saying? Walking into a hall, sitting down, seeing the presentation, maybe talking to the person afterwards, getting a book signed or whatever. But as someone who has very little time to get anywhere, I do like an online presentation if it means I can sit here in my jammies with a cup of tea or a beer or a whiskey or a glass of wine and still get the knowledge. Having the ability to not miss it just because I had to get the kids to bed, so I didn't have time for the whole transit and supper out kind of thing. So for me, before the age of COVID, I would have said, what are you talking about? I want to be there. These days, it's almost a toss-up for me. What do the rest of you guys think?
I will weigh in on that. It is kind of neat to go to a live thing, but there's something to be said for the ease of just sitting down at your computer in your pajamas and you need a coffee, go to the kitchen, get a coffee, come back. There's something to be said for that. Yeah. You miss some of the dynamics of the presenter.
Yeah, that's true.
Assuming they're not boring and monotonic, and which we all know happy camper isn't.
Yeah, that's for true. But I also want to say that I don't need it to be free either, right? Like, I don't mind buying a ticket to a virtual thing. I have no problem with that.
Oh no, I wasn't saying. Did I say free?
No, but I was sort of going in my head with like what the next, like the logical, like a lot of people are like, I just want to sit here, and they think that online automatically means you don't have to pay for it, and I'm okay with paying for it. I've paid for online whiskey tastings. I've paid for, I have no problem with that. Even though a lot of people have sort of this concept. I am so late. I gotta jump down a little bit here.
Yep. Skim.
I'm skimming. Hey Jess, you're not suffering too bad with the allergies tonight. You seem a bit more rested. Good on you. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. We recently babysat a cat. We had a cat here for like a week while my sister-in-law was in Cuba with her paramour. And holy crap, dude. Nope. And now I've just sniffed. Great. You guys ruined it. You guys wrecked it. Everyone's saying hi to each other. Your Mary's glass reminds, me of Rocky and Bullwinkle. I kind of thought it was a Rocky and Bullwinkle. Rebel with an A, with an O, it says fartsy. I'm not sure what that means. He might be commenting on the sound your chair is making there, Russell. Squirrel glass for Jess. Funk, no Destiny. No way. Shawnee says something interesting that I'm going to stop and deal and sort of interact with. She says to Kevin that sometimes in those categories you can reach more people doing the online. The live shows bring you an energy. The speaker bounces off the crowd live. We did because
Yeah.
what Shawnee said about you being able to reach a wider audience online can be very true. Like 10 years ago, I think my band did not that long ago. Oh, yeah, it might have been that long ago. We did a virtual concert for an online community, like some virtual, kind of like what Meta is trying to be. And look, there was no one in front of us. There was a camera in front of us, and it was really hard to feed off the audience because you had to have somebody checking the screen and seeing if people were enjoying it. And like all these people's avatars were like dancing, right? It was the weirdest thing, like the weirdest thing. But it can be really hard to keep the energy up if you're performing for a camera instead of like having actual people. So I like, to me, what I think would have been ideal was to have done this in front of a small audience who could interact with you and maybe sling you some jokes or like, good job, guys, and broadcast that out so that at least you've got something to work off of, you know.
You know, it's interesting. You've been to my live streams, my Books Fest. There's no way I could do that live.
No,
That's on the other side
not.
of the coin.
Yeah, no, and yeah, absolutely. The context is different, though, right? I mean, I don't know if I could do this live stream live, right? I mean, what we're doing is like a live stream is a very specific thing. I saw a TED Talk once where.
Wait, Dennis is taking off. Good night, Dennis.
All right, good night, Dennis. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Gosh, he's going to bed early. What the
Yeah,
heck?
that's an early night. It's not even midnight yet. Yeah, I can't wait till this beer is finished. Oh, my snap! They're like 28 above. So it's good for Sean
below
building
zero.
his camera. Yeah, it's 28 above. You know, here's the thing, Sean.
warm
In
spell.
Canada, 32 is hot. In the United States, 32 is cold. So 28 above zero, it's not the same as it would be here. Because when I first saw that comment, I was like, wait a minute. Oh yeah, look. I'm at the point where you're just opening that.
Oh my! That was at that was 20 minutes ago.
Sorry, I gotta jump. I gotta move.
Speaking of which, it's time.
It's 10 o'clock.
My
Okay,
12-year-old has aged for 20 minutes.
If it's 10 o'clock, I'm getting rid of this beer and I'm switching up to the blue.
Oh, I'm
Slanger.
getting caramel.
Yeah, you're gonna get
Apricot?
caramel. Yeah, because it's
Apricot?
bourbon barrels, right? So caramel, vanilla.
It's a sweet smell. I'm not sure what it is.
I like it.
Burning
Just-
tire. I don't know.
You should get a little bit of spice.
Skid marks.
Now, when you say skid marks, you mean on the road?
Hold on. A sweet orange.
Yes. In that, yes, absolutely. I got that when I had that bottle of that as well.
Hold on. Okay, let me rest my what's a nose palette called?
What we're doing right now is called nosing.
Yeah, but
this is
what's
on
a
the
nose palette called?
I think we just call it the nose. I
Okay,
mean, in whiskey, you just call
florals.
it the nose. Florals, yeah.
Florals.
Now, I'm having a different whiskey than you, so I'm not giving notes.
Okay. There's other stuff in there, but I've got no palate for this stuff, so I don't know.
You're doing pretty good so far for a guy with no palate. And here's the thing about whiskey, and Kevin will probably tell you the same thing as well. It is so subjective that anything you actually detect in this is not wrong. If you detect it in there, it's in there. Because it absolutely depends on your nose and your palate and your impression.
This is like brown sugar, maybe?
I get brown sugar on everything that ages in a bourbon barrel. So yeah.
Whew.
Okay, I'm gonna jump to the bottom because I'm never gonna catch up otherwise.
Oh, I should. You know what? I should have starred some of these so you could. Uh, hold on. Uh, yeah. Okay.
What? What was that?
Sorry, not that one. I was looking for a different one. Yeah, Christy says, Does nobody else take their cell phone to the bathroom while watching a live? Just me. There's
Um,
nothing wrong with that.
there's nothing wrong with that. I try not to watch a live on my phone because I can't at people on the phone and it gets really frustrating. But if I'm
Well, you
making
can.
supper, then I'm watching. You can, but it doesn't. The feedback's not there, so I never know if I've typed it right because.
Can you believe
Like,
that Marcus does that every Books Fest? Like, this is insane guy. Can
yeah.
I? You don't mind if I answer this?
No, go for it.
Um, yeah, I passed out because I drank a lot of scotch that night.
You
But
drank a
otherwise,
lot.
yeah, this bottle is empty. This was half full when I started that.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, my heart's been really good actually. Like really, really good.
Yeah.
I've come off the medications. I'm still kind of transitioning to being off medication, and I've started hitting the treadmill. And today I hit it twice actually. So
Nice.
I'm starting to lose weight, and yeah, it's just been wonderful this time around.
Oh my god, I'm so late. I'm just jumping all the way to the bottom. I'm gonna miss so many good comments. I know it, but I just realized I've been taking way, way, way too long. He's
Yeah.
not having a blue. He's having a Glenfiddich 12. I'm having a blue.
Oh, yeah. I haven't actually tried it. Is it caramel or is that butterscotch? Is that the same thing?
It's not the same thing, but they're very, very. Crumbs. I just clicked by accident. Um, I usually get a little of both in most scotches. Excuse me, says it was 11 degrees Celsius on the west coast today. Holy crap. Because it's -10 where I'm sitting right now. So, okay, mister. Is Kevin still here? Do you think he'd want to come on? Just for shifts and giggles? Drink a little whiskey with us?
I gotta burn everything in my mouth before I can enjoy this.
Even that?
Yeah.
Like, these are like 40% whiskeys. These are
I'm
not high octane.
I'm sensitive. Though I've been having a lot of hot sauce lately too. That's a Destiny. That's another thing I've been doing, which I wasn't able to do before.
Hot sauce is amazing.
There's a bunch. In fact, there's a bunch of stuff I was staying away from because I also have GERD, and stomach problems lead to AFib as well. Like hot sauce,
Oh, does it?
tomatoes are bad for GERD. Some like bacon fat is bad. I was
Yeah.
staying away from a lot of stuff, and now I'm like, yeah, bring it on.
Yeah, I know that like tomatoes are not great for GERD and stuff, but I didn't know that there was a link between GERD and AFib.
Well, they haven't quite figured it out. It's just a lot of people who have GERD also have AFib. Yeah.
Okay. Jess King is here, still working on his coffee. Time difference makes for strange conversations about whiskey. Truth. Truth. Jess King, where are you sitting? Oops.
Yeah.
Because I believe Jess King is sitting almost a day ahead of us. Well, no, wait. No, Jess King is in the Black Forest, right?
Hokkaido.
So Jess King is in Hokkaido because I know there's one from Hokkaido and one from the Black Forest. Right, Jess King is the one in Hokkaido.
Are you thinking? I'm not sure who you're thinking of.
Yeah, I'm mixing him up with. I'm mixing Jess up with someone else. But yeah, there's some fabulous. I have a Japanese that was aged in a Mizunara cask back there, and I'm dying to get it open.
You know what?
David is.
Okay. So, sorry.
You first because I can always ask this.
Oh, that's a good question actually. I could, but I'll tell you what. I used to drink a lot of coffee, like a lot of coffee, and my biorhythms were like this,
Okay.
all day long, up and down, like a roller coaster.
Mm-hmm.
And I stopped drinking a regular coffee and went to decaf so many years ago, like over 15 years ago. And you know what? I haven't looked back, and I still wouldn't go back to regular coffee because now my biorhythms are far smoother all day long.
Because I'm not
And
getting that jolt of
yeah, that it doesn't send you on this thing. And
yeah.
and I'll tell you what else is on the odd time, and I mean like a handful of times a year. Let's say I get very little sleep, and I've got a long drive ahead of me, and I just know I'm going to be good, like all the way.
Yeah.
I'll have a regular coffee, and I am wide-eyed the whole
Yeah,
trip.
you're
It's
done, right?
awesome.
Yeah.
It's awesome. And yeah, it is like, and decaf coffee, like I do Tim Hortons. Tim Hortons decaf coffee tastes exactly the same as the regular coffee, and I find that even the idea of having a coffee kind of perks me up. So
Really interesting.
yeah, yeah.
Huh, okay.
So there you go.
Good old whiskey. You're my only friend. Um,
What?
I don't know. I say that sometimes on stage about beer. Like I'll take a sip and I'll say, "Ah, beer, you're my only friend." I don't know why I do that.
Holy crap, Al!
Where's Al? Why are you saying "Holy crap, Al"? Did he say something? I'm looking, but I'm not. Did
No,
he say
no,
something
sorry.
rude?
No.
Okay.
I,
No snow for Christy. Kill surprise. Sorry, that was what a surprise.
I got that. I got that reference.
Nice. Hey, Russell will be glad to know. Although, hold on. I love what David said. Hello, whiskey, my old friend. Love it. I've come to talk with you
Oh, I
again.
What
Al
size
asks,
is this?
that's a 750. Why are you always assuming I'm being rude, Jess? It's because, Al, I know you. To know him is to love him. And we do. Russell, did you change your name? No. You were the dangling nuff bucker last time, too.
I did change it,
Oh,
actually.
so I'm wrong. I'm wrong. It's okay. It's happened at least twice in my life.
Today.
Twice. Hey, now. So we had these big, beautiful piles of snow, and then it all turned into freezing rain, and then it got really warm, and then today it got kind of cold, and so now I have to go out like after we're done. Man, David's on a roll. I come to sip with you again. So now, like after this live stream, I have to go out and throw a bunch of salt down.
Yeah.
Hey, hold on now. Hold on, Al. What's up with this? Well, then you suck. Nobody sucks. We're all beautiful people. We're all magical snowflakes. Am I right? I'm totally right. Rebel with an O asks if the blue bottles are worth any money. I don't know if the empty bottles are worth anything.
Apparently the tassels are.
Are they?
Yeah.
Jess King says we had so much snow yesterday. One of the cherry trees in the back uprooted itself and is now laying in the snowbank. Oh, that sucks. Oh, that's too bad.
Wow.
Oh, that bites. Hey, Russell, be funny for a minute. I have to see a man about a hearse. Trial version.
Hi, I'm Russell. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm going to say that this does not have the flavor that the blue has. It's nowhere near the flavor. It's got kind of a ashy taste to it. Does that make sense? It's sitting right down here somewhere. And it's not bad. What's Jess's name title? Oh, well, we can fix that. There we go. Oh, there's Kevin. Any new books for Christmas? Oh, I'll let Jess answer that. There's Tannenbaum. Hey, buddy. Were you here earlier and I just missed you? Yeah, I'm always surprised too. And when Jess King puts pictures on Discord of the snow in Hokkaido, I'm like, Japan gets snow? Every single time he does that, Japan gets snow? I guess they do. Must get a lot of snow. What made you buy Glenfiddich? Well, there was a conversation the other night between Jess and Al and I, and they both decided the Fiddick 12 was the way to go. For the price, I was looking for something, reasonably priced. What happened? Are we still live? Did he kick himself? He kicked himself from his own stream? He's gone. He's not even in the green room. Come back, Jess. That's hilarious. He's back. Way to go, Jess.
Okay, so here's what's happening, okay? This cup was sitting right in front of this mouse, and it fits perfectly right under that little thing. So I accidentally clicked myself right out of the frickin' live stream. And I was about to say something fantabulous. But it's gone. Oh. Kevin's asking if anyone got any books for Christmas, and I didn't get any books for Christmas, but I did buy a book about. Hold on a second. I did buy a secondhand book about Tyrell, who explored part of the North. I haven't had time to start it yet, but I'm looking forward to trying it, to reading it, because one of my friends at work read the book, and for the section of the book where he's exploring the North, like, he was reading the book and then following along with Google Maps to see where he'd been, and it had never occurred to me to do that. Like, read these books of explorers of Canada's history and just follow along to see, because what he did was he found out exactly how far this guy had gone. And, like, some of these guys really went, like, I'm thinking Samuel Hearn, that guy traveled, man. But yeah, I didn't get books this Christmas. And I don't read nearly as much as I did before I started working with words, right? Because I read for a living now. And I really read for a living when I was working in magazines and at Reader's Digest and publishing and stuff. Now I'm a tech writer, but I'm still reading all day. And I'm trying to keep up with the YouTubes, right? Anyone who follows me and has a YouTube channel, I try my hardest to sort of at least try to keep up on. And so I don't.
What the hell are you doing?
I am so pissed off right now. I'm so irritated. It's like, I mean, I'm angry all the time anyway, so it's not really out of my way, but oh my, I don't remember what the hell it was. Kristen is saying to send Kevin the link. I want to know if he wants to come on before I do that, because I don't want to be all pressureful and stuff. He's freaking out with me. Oh, yeah, because I joined this stream late. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah. And now I'm afraid to touch the mouse at all, right? I'll send Kevin the link, but I don't want Kevin. You don't have to come on just because I'm sending you the link. I just got to find my book of faces. And see, I'm afraid to touch the mouse now. Oh, I'm so pissed off.
Don't worry, I got this.
You got what? So if I disappear again, you can just keep chatting. All right, I sent him the link, but
I'll sing or something.
okay.
The owl song.
What? Yeah. Apparently I'm on the wrong side. Yeah, it's because I joined second, because I kicked myself out. What the hell? Oh, how'd you do that?
You just grab the thing and move
Really?
Yeah.
Shocked I am. Shocked. Hey, so remember when I told you and Al, but you guys were too drunk to care that I thought I had lost $400?
I remember very well that conversation.
Yeah. Yes, excuse me. I sent him the link, but if he wants to, he can come on. But I don't think. Here's my $400.
Nice. I was pretty sure you'd get it back, especially since you left a note.
Well, what ended up happening was, they send you email for all the stages now, and they sent me an email with the barcode for the thing. So I just went to the post office near my old place, and they didn't check the address on my driver's license, so I just picked up my package.
Nice.
But you know what really pisses me green is that how the hell did my credit card let me buy this with the wrong address? Oh, you gonna let him in, or should I do it? I don't want us both to quit on. Okay. Hi, Kevin.
Hold on. Oh shoot! I was gonna.
Don't. You see, Kevin. Russell has. What's the name? What does
Powers? I have powers.
He has powers, so we can each let you on.
I don't wear a cape.
Occasionally, we'll both click on someone, and the person will be like,
no capes.
"Gone." It's like, oh, yes.
I'm like I'm in a sandwich right now. It's like I'm the ham between the two loaves.
You're not sitting in your usual place, Kevin.
Well, I do have other places to sit.
I know, it's just throwing me a little bit.
Throw me.
No, that's okay.
How are you, Kevin? How you doing?
I'm good. It was a long day. Sorry. I actually, a really long day. I worked and then did my presentation. Then missed Dennis's show, but then I had, I'm going to calm down, cool, collective before I go to bed, and I've watched this show, and I was like, oh, look, everybody's talking. It's good.
Everyone's chitting and chatting. Hey, I got a question for you. How much prep do one of your talks take? Like, are you at the point where you've done certain talks often enough that it's just, okay, let's roll with it? Or do you have to spend time, like, doing I don't want to say, like, a course outline or whatever, but you know what I'm saying?
That's a really good topic, because, like, tonight I was like, oh, yeah, I'm talking to the Norfolk Nationalist group. No problem. Yeah, whatever. Okay, what am I presenting on? And, I take time. To be quite honest, I organize my stuff.
Yeah.
Not as much as in the past, but I also like creating new presentations. So to do that, you're talking 3 to 4 weeks to do that, to create something brand new. But I don't want to rehash things, but I got to say, when I'm teaching, I've been teaching. I actually found out today. Actually, I've been teaching at the college part-time for 34 years now. So
wow. Okay.
Why I get the hours I do, I literally can walk into a class and then the new person will say, well, Kevin, can you give me the notes? I went, there's no notes.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool. But I mean, you've done it for so many years, right? But going on stage, well, you go on stage, right? So do you actually practice before you perform, and how many times you do that?
You know what? There's a song we've been playing for 15 years, and if I don't practice the crap out of it, it kicks my arse. It's Home for a Rest by Spirit of the West, because it's got a killer bass line.
Yeah, I love that. I know that. I love the Spirit of the West is amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. And if I don't practice the crap out of it, that song it'll just boom. Oh yeah, and boom, boom. It'll just kill me. There's a couple of songs, and like these are songs we've been doing forever, and I don't have that problem with any of the new songs, but that one, like, you just develop a block, you know?
Yeah. The kicker for me though is like when I do stuff with Jerry at Canucopia,
Yeah.
he always has me doing something that I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm a drummer, right? But he goes, no, I want you to do this because you don't know how to do it. I went, yeah,
Right.
but I look like an idiot. He goes, yeah, that's the whole.
It's part of the magic.
Yeah. And so a lot of the stuff that you see with him is all improvised, and I seriously do practice nonstop before I go to Canucopia. Whatever happens to Canucopia,
Because
it
that's
just
it.
happens,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
It just happens, which I think is really funny. But I do a lot of I watch a lot of performers on YouTube and stuff just to see how, if you watch stand-up comedians, they have certain jokes they use all the time, and I do all the time. Like you guys, like everybody's watching is like, oh my god, Kevin, if you tell that one more thing, but they all do that. Right?
Yeah.
But the magical thing is, you'll all of a sudden say something just out of the blue, and that's just funny as hell. It's a bit of a mix. Well, what's really nice, if you talk about a canoe trip, everybody here answer this. When you go on a canoe trip, how much time do you spend planning a trip? Because this is what we're really talking about. How much time do you actually spend planning a trip, organizing a trip? The moment you put the canoe in the water and then drift off and paddle, it all becomes natural.
Yeah.
Right?
Is it?
I think it's the same thing as what you're saying. Do you actually practice before you're performing? Yes, I do. Once I start, no, I don't. Same thing. Once you go down a river, yes, I do. No, I don't.
Right.
Kevin, is that like that old adage, no battle plan survives first contact kind of thing?
Yeah.
It's funny that Russell said that because I was going to go exactly there.
Oh no, am I turning into Jess?
Either that or I'm turning it to you. Which of those is worse?
Oh my lord. We're talking about some hermit living in the woods and then Jess that actually, he's doing more whiskey chats than his other chats. You're both falling apart.
I would love to be a hermit living on a beaver pond. I'll let Russell do the whiskey chats for the next little while. The whiskey videos are just easier to make. That's the thing. I don't have to leave my backyard, right?
Here's a question for everybody out there. I'll put comments on so you can see this. So who here would want to be a hermit? Because I was, so I did the family Christmas. So I had 3 older sisters, and I know this is hard to believe, but I'm the quiet, calm one of the family. And that's true.
Wow.
That's not made up. It's absolutely true.
Oh my god. Okay.
Absolutely true. And so there was 27 of us in this one small house, and during Christmas, and oh my lord, and I was completely sober because I was driving, so I was doing ginger ale all night.
Okay.
Maybe that made a difference, watching everybody around. But my sister said something. Kevin, you would be the perfect hermit. You really would. And I'm like, I would love it. I would love it. So who here would actually want to be a true hermit?
You mean like
who would want to be a hermit just for 1 year?
I'd do it for a year. Absolutely. Yeah, it's funny. I say that and I mean that, but I was thinking about something a couple of months ago, and I'm not going to go into why because that's TMI, and I love you guys and everyone here, but really. But I would have a very hard time facing my life if I didn't wake up to my kids in the morning. Like, that is the one stumbling block. And even when they're driving me up the frickin' wall, that's my stumbling block, man. I mean, I got a 4-year-old, and I just want to see her in the morning, I got an 11-year-old, and she's okay, too. Kidding. But those 2 girls are my universe, and that's the one stumbling block because I love being alone. Even better, I love being in the woods or sitting next to a lake or in a canoe or something alone. I treasure my solo time. I always have. I've always been fairly introverted, right? Like, I'll be, at work or at an event, and I'll be like, work in the crowd to a certain extent, but after a certain amount of time, I'm like, okay, done. The bank is empty. I got to go and sit alone for a while, And so to me, the idea of being alone, like doing the Dick Brennicky thing, I think I could do it for a year, except, man, I don't want to miss a year of my kids.
Well, yeah, that's that's a tough one. So you're not a true hermit. You just want to get away from everything for a while. Wait, so you're normal. You're normal. I had a job a number of years ago from Canadian Geographic where I interviewed the hermits of Canada. So I interviewed a whole bunch of hermits in separate interviews. So I can go off who I interviewed, but it were really interesting people. But I asked them the typical questions like, why did you do this? And they all said, like, I hope nobody wants to be a hermit because they don't want anybody out in the woods. They want to live. And they all had, some issues in life, and that's a given. It's almost like people that pile across Canada. Well, you can't be normal if you do that.
Right.
You're unique. But what was really cool is I said, what will be the demise of the human race? And all of them in separate interviews, and I did 7 of them, separate interviews said self-interest will be the demise. Yes, there'll be a war on water instead of oil. There'll be this, there'll be that, whatever. But what will destroy the human species on this planet is self-interest.
And I agree with that completely. Absolutely.
It's really interesting. If you interview all the hermits at that time, 7 of them across Canada, this was 20 years ago.
Yeah.
That's what their answer was. All of them, not together in a group. They're all like separate. They all said the same thing. Self-interest will do the demise of the human species. Yeah.
So nobody said nanites.
Well, they all sort of said that these things are going to happen, whatever. But and actually, they did talk a lot about the war on water. Forget about oil and gold and whatever.
Yeah, water's gonna be the next big one. Absolutely, I agree completely. I've been saying the same thing for a long time. And it's just like water and food are going to be the gold and oil of the next century.
Oh no! Oh Lord! What have I got myself into? I all of a sudden now I'm talking to you guys. I'm supposed to be in bed right now. You know what I'm doing tomorrow?
What are you doing tomorrow?
Jesus, Jess.
What the heck was that? Oh, okay.
He's
Tomorrow.
squeezing one out.
What did you guys think I was doing? I mean, come on.
So I
Squeezing one out.
You're pulling a cork. But no, I'm taking care of Christine's dog and my dog at her place. This is a significant event in my life. I've got some time off work, which is kind of weird because I'm actually take time off work. I don't do that supposedly to everybody. But then she's going to Cuba for 7 days, and she was all concerned about her dog Oliver, which is like. You remember that show Green Acres? Green Acres is the base. Yeah. That's my life, right? So her dog is spoiled rotten. My dog is like whatever. And I got the 2 dogs. So let's ask the audience here some questions. So going to Cuba, she probably has no good internet, so she won't see what I'm doing. I'm thinking of posting a picture every day of Oliver.
I like it. I like it already.
Oliver's in a predicament, right? And so because she doesn't want Oliver in a predicament. Like this dog has booties and a jacket to wear in the winter, and it's full rotten. It has certain food, has a certain dietary thing.
Yeah.
My dog is just like eats poop and it's fine. So everybody, send me some photo ideas. My first shot, I know I'm going to do. I'm going to get in the bathtub with this dog because it has a bath on a weekly basis. My dog's never had it's had a bath because it jumped in a lake, whatever. But I'm going to be in the bath with Oliver with candles with suds, and it having its bath. Okay, that's one idea. So let me any other ones
in a predicament.
I gotta say, dressing the dog in like leathers with a leather cap and like gang signs on it and a knife sticking out of a pocket or something like
yeah, getting in a bike bar brawl.
Yeah.
Your dog joined a gang,
A cue stick like over the head. Yeah. Actually, that's a really good photo. Oliver with a cue stick in his mouth with a bunch of bike guys behind it.
Now, do you live in the kind of community where you could orchestrate a photo like that, Kevin?
Actually, I
Or
know
how-
people that can make
Yeah.
that happen. Like,
I was
yeah.
going to say, how are your Photoshop skills?
No, I'm just talking about my students can make that happen.
Now, you know a certain puppet that I'm sure you could put a picture of him
Oh.
and the dog. It's like dog being, a bad influence. Dog under a bad influence. You know what I'm trying to say here.
Gary the puppet could have a wonder day with this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So cigar and scotch. What's that? What's the
Ed
puppet?
the sock?
Yeah.
Ed the sock?
Let's do that. Okay, I'll do that.
Yeah.
Trapped in the city. Good. No. No.
Oh, by the way, Kevin. So as I mentioned to the live stream, so my sister-in-law went to Cuba. She's got a boyfriend there, and she brought back Cuban snacks for my daughters, but no Cuban rum for me or my wife. Do you consider that to be an abusive situation?
Well, it just proves they really don't like you.
Wait,
But I'm so
wait,
likable.
wait. Your sister has a Cuban boyfriend?
Yeah, she goes down like every vacation. She runs down to Cuba.
That's called a drug trade.
I don't want to, say anything, but I do feel that maybe, he would be looking for a marriage and an immigration certificate at some point. But anyways, I'm not my circus, not my monkeys, right? But she goes
you don't
down.
check her butthole when she comes back?
I have no idea. I have no idea. You guys are thinking more about this than I am.
I'm not thinking at all.
Yeah, Kevin's not thinking. He's just riffing. What are you drinking there, Kevin? Are you having a whiskey?
Actually, no. I haven't actually tea all night. Actually, to be quite honest, because I was working. But I'm starting into this now.
Yeah, I can't wait to get this baby open.
It's good. Irish whiskey is totally different than
And
Scotch.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you have to cleanse your palate, but before that, even like bourbon too. Bourbon is really good, but you don't do a Scotch and bourbon or bourbon Scotch, and you don't do that.
Yeah, no. And if you're having several whiskeys in a night, even if you're mixing Irish, Scotch, Canadian, bourbon, you end with your peated. You don't start because you won't taste anything else. You end with the peated one.
Yeah. I would just have. Yeah, if I was doing peated, I would only have it like as an aperitif, and have your tea all night, and then finish off with that because it's strong stuff. I mean, you open up I can't pronounce it, Lafaro, whatever. But if you open up,
like a Lafroig 10 or something, yeah.
The entire house smells like smoke.
Yeah. Well, I started with this, right? But I'm ending with one of the most heavily peated scotches you can buy. This is the Port Charlotte heavily peated 10-year.
Yeah, and that was what's the guy's name? Ralph or whatever. I watch his show all the time. He had a show on tonight about that.
Oh, Ralphie, yeah, he put up a review. He pisses me off because he made it his whiskey of the year, and I was going to make it my whiskey of the year. So I changed the name of my whiskey of the year to Best Freaking Dram of 2022, and I did like a 5 whiskeys of the year video because I didn't want to put out a video that was like a copy of Ralphie's.
You're allowed to do that. I mean, good lord, like
Oh, jeez.
You're allowed to steal from other people. For the love of God. Like,
yes, absolutely. You know how many times I've duplicated Sean James's title and his description in my video, even though it has nothing to do with what's actually in my video? Come on, Jess.
That is absolutely.
You look back. I've got log cabin in the title of some videos. I'm not building a log cabin.
You don't have a log cabin.
Repsol, sorry, I'm not watching your show anymore.
That's okay.
That's about a dog with a paintbrush in his mouth painting a picture. That's for you, Kevin.
Oh, wait. Oh, yeah. Oh, I have so many ideas. This is going to be fun.
Yeah.
Go 5 dogs playing poker? Hell yeah. That'd be great too.
Yes. Yeah.
Now, why did Jerry say Robin of the Hood to me? I just had a flashback to a show that was called Robin Hood in the UK and Robin of Sherwood on PBS. And the first Robin was, I believe, Sean Connery's son. What was his name? Jason Connery? No, he was the second Robin. The previous Robin, I guess he got a different gig, so they killed him. And But the show didn't end. There was Robert of Locksley, who became known as Robin Hood again. But in that show, he was called Robin of the Hood at the beginning.
Okay, so basically, I can just imagine you guys in tights right now. That's all I'm saying.
Men in tights.
Yeah. All right. I'll do you a tour of what I got for whiskey for Christmas, because everybody's, like wondering where this is going. All right. First of all,
Irish Mist, okay.
yeah.
Wait, you got that for Christmas and it's already down to the last third?
You know what? Don't judge.
I'm not judging. I'm congratulating.
So I get cheap scotch like this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
So I pour some of this in, and then I pour a little dab of that in, and it tastes like you're drinking something good.
Okay.
Blended. It's blended, right?
It's uber blended.
That is really good.
Wait, which Bushmills is that? Oh, that's the 10-year. Okay. Yeah.
Really good.
That's definitely better than your run-of-the-mill Bushmills.
Everybody gets me this for Christmas because they think it's funny.
Yeah, people used to buy when I was working in publishing. People bought me that all the time.
Yeah, it's good whiskey though.
It's good whiskey.
Yeah, it's good. I got 2 of these, which actually, you know what? It's good. Like,
it's a big, it's a blend as well. But
I know I got this because it was cheap and they didn't know what Oh, Kevin, well, I know he won't know, and it's just cheap whiskey, but it's good whiskey.
Yeah. Wait, you got 2 bottles of Tvig?
Got that, yeah. Got that.
Oh yeah, the red cask. Okay.
I got a lot. Yeah.
Good old Gretzky whiskey.
This. I actually finished this during the holidays.
A little Singleton 12-year. Okay.
Yeah, got that. Wait a minute.
How many people are buying you whiskey?
Everybody does.
Grand McNiche.
Well, I get this mailed to me too by companies too, because I do the whiskey chat, right? So.
It's also really low.
I've had this for a while.
He gets it, and they mail it to him by companies.
Okay.
There's a whiskey chat.
Wait a minute.
Oh, but Aberfeldy 12? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I haven't opened this up yet. In fact, I don't think I've had this one before.
Looking good?
All right, wait a minute. I was told.
Oh, the Ardmore. Yeah, okay.
I was told this is too sweet.
Too sweet?
Yeah.
I might like that one.
Okay, all right. Wait a minute.
Okay, the cold brew. All right. That one's more of a whiskey liqueur. So that'll be, I think that's like 35% or something. Wait, what's the percentage on that?
Yeah. I don't know.
It says it on the label, Kevin.
I've had this one for over a year.
Oh, the Old Forester?
I really like this, but you can only have a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Wait a minute. I've had this for 2 years.
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, it's from Halliburton, and as you can see, it's not that good.
Fair, okay.
All right. Oh my lord. Okay, what? Oh.
Barn Burner.
Barn Burner?
Small batch.
Yeah.
That's a bourbon?
Yeah, some American gave me this.
Yeah, it says proof on the front.
So I was actually presenting in the States. The last time I was in the States presenting.
Okay, was it good?
Yeah. It's a bourbon, so I'll just have a little bit. So, yeah. Oh, my Lord. Oh, look. This is a fine brand.
Fireball.
No.
Yes.
No.
For a Friday when you hate yourself.
Jerry,
No. Really?
Jerry
What is
gave me
that?
this before the pandemic.
Evidently, you like it.
It's disgusting.
Jordan.
This is disgusting. Jerry, the singer-songwriter.
Yeah.
He got this special ordered for me before the pandemic. Look how much I drank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously a winner.
No, it's
Are
disgusting.
you sure that's not for cleaning engines?
No, it's disgusting. Actually, at Christmas, I really like this.
What is that?
Wow.
Liqueur.
Yeah, but what is it?
It's a liqueur, a Scottish liqueur. So it's almost like it's like the Scottish version of this.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Is it like a honey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not as much as the Irish mist would have. Oh my lord! Okay, I'm stopping. I got to show all my booze I got, but I tell you, I collect it, so I'm not. I don't have a problem. Actually, it's funny. I love my Scotch. I'm not the D Martin of the canoe world. Actually, D Martin really didn't drink that much. It was a big show for him.
Was it?
But yeah, I love my Scotch. It relaxes me. But my daughter, she's 18. She's never seen me inebriated. So
You know, it's funny because, by the way, your rundown of whiskeys has made some of the side chat have an aneurysm. I was talking about this today at work because one of my friends, I don't remember how we ended up with this. Somebody was talking about a beverage of some sort that they at the work Christmas party, which I missed because I was at a gig. They had created a cocktail for the company for that evening that was very high octane, and there were a lot of people puking their guts out in the bathroom after a few of them. And I'm pretty good with a lot of stuff, but two things I cannot handle are headaches and nausea, and that keeps me from getting like 3 sheets to the wind because I cannot handle headaches and nausea. And if you go whole hog on the booze, you get, as a bonus, you get them both the next morning, and and that's what keeps me from going too far down the booze hole because I just cannot handle the hangover.
I gotta say, on canoe trips, of all the ones I've done, we always like to have a wee dram, but we never overdrink on trips because of that. Because waking up in a heated tent on a hot morning. But there was one morning, and I'll tell you this story. There was one morning Andy and I were doing. Actually, we did a 5-week trip through Wabakimi, the Kopka River, north shore of Lake Nipigon. Yeah. And he had a little too much, and he woke up, looked at me, and went, "Ugh." And that's all he said until about 11. Mm-hmm. That was the only time of all of our entire trips where we did that, because it's nice to have a wee dram, whatever, but But to actually have a hangover in a hot tent in bug season in northern Ontario, no, you don't want
that. Tyler has fallen victim to the apple brandy for the night. Okay, good to know. Nice to see you. I'm trying to keep up with the side chat, but it's hopeless at this point. I remember one morning waking up and really feeling like the world hated me. And my wife, well, at that time, my girlfriend, was like, okay, we lived within walking distance of Atwater Market, which is a large farmer's market, sort of on the English side of town. And we lived in the old Irish neighborhood at the time, so we were just across the canal. So she's like, we're getting you some watermelon. I'm like, what?
Watermelon?
She's like, watermelon. I said, do your worst, woman. And so we walked, it's about a 10-minute walk to the market, and she bought me she bought a half a watermelon. She had some watermelon because she likes watermelon. And I'm munching on the watermelon, and I felt better so fast.
Oh.
Something about the hydration and the whatever in the fruit.
Yeah.
But I don't want to feel that way that I need the watermelon. So I don't drink, I don't go way too nuts. Oh, yeah. Omar is here. How's it going, Omar? Everyone say hi to Omar. And Tenenbaum is saying, yeah, ultimate survival food. I could see it. Multiple hydration. Oh, my snap. I'm going to start that whole sentence again. And let's go. Ultimate hydration food. I could see it. Yeah, there was something about it that like you're getting because you get a lot of water in that melon. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
And there's like the sugars and stuff. It was
Remember the days back in the day when we injected vodka into the watermelon? Yeah.
I never did that, but I did know people who did. But I never did that because I was not cool as a kid.
I wasn't either, but I've been at parties where they did that. Yeah. Mm. Yeah. And then we laced it with cocaine. Remember those days?
No, I don't think any of us remember those days.
No, I'm
Kevin?
just joking. I'm just joking. Oh my lord! All right, all right. I'm off. I'm off to bed. I have to. I got a really long day today.
Yeah.
And then I got to go dog sit. So we've got Oliver with cigars in his mouth, bathing with me. I think maybe roasting over an open fire like a pig. That'd be hilarious. Yeah. And before I go though, because we rambled off a bunch of things, can everybody list the best trip they did in 2022? Because I know I ramble off about nothing a lot of times, so we have to make this meaningful. So
I can make that easy on you. My best trip was to Russell's land.
I saw that video that you camped across the pond.
I did like 5 videos based on that because it was I shot so much stuff that I was like, I have to do this a video a day, otherwise it's going to be like a 4-hour video. And because what had happened was I was talking to Russell and I was saying I need to get alone. I need to get alone. And he said, I have 180 acres, dude. Come and get lost. And that's what I did. I went and got lost on his land.
I said, come and get lost. So he camps like just over here beside the cabin.
Well, I wasn't quite beside the cabin. I was across the, there were only, I had this concept that I didn't want to have to cross 4 beaver dens to get to your place if I needed to borrow a spoon. And of course I needed to borrow a spoon because I accidentally shot my spoon right into the beaver pond and it was gone. Like I just saw it disappear into the murk. I was like, well, I guess I'm going back to Russell's.
Wow. Russell, what was your favorite wilderness outing in 2022?
Oh, Kevin, you're going to be really disappointed in my answer.
No,
Kevin,
you never say you're disappointed. It is what it is.
I live in a permanent outing here, Kevin.
Yeah. So, what was your best moment?
Oh, what was my best moment?
Hmm.
Oh, when Jess was here. No, I can't say that. I had COVID the whole time.
Yeah, I was going to say, I was there. I was like on his land, and poor, like every time I sort of went to Russell's place, I mean, the poor guy's like, I'm dying.
I was on the couch the whole time he was here.
Yeah.
It was brutal. But no, Kevin, anytime in September or October is so beautiful here. It's just no bugs. It's the perfect time. That's
nice. Yeah.
And I've said this before. If I didn't have this place, I'd be so glued to like Dennis's live streams and channels like Kevin's and whatever. Just because I would want to get out of the city. I want to get out there in the wilderness. I want to do canoe trips. I want to do that.
You're talking about my life, brother.
But now I live here. I live in I step outside and I'm exactly where I want to be. I permanently live in and
Kevin, Russell and I have this ongoing bitch fest because to me the boreal forest is the best place in the world, and Russell's like, you don't know shit, dude. Whoop! I just demonetized my channel.
Oh,
He's like, you don't know shift, dude. And he's like, I live in paradise, and he does. I mean, it's not the boreal, but it's pretty good.
Yeah. It's a very diverse ecosystem that you live in. It's all relative, right? I mean, Andy, my buddy, he's got hip problems. Going to get a hip replacement. He had cancer last year, or whatever. So the last 2 years we'd be doing this non-portage canoe route.
Okay, I was wondering what kind of canoe routes he's doing with if he needs a hip replacement, he's dealing with cancer. But okay.
Yeah, no, his health wise. Well, he's actually doing fine, but he's not doing whatever. It is what it is, right? So, and he's busy with his work, whatever. So we started doing these non-portage canoe routes, and I got a little bit of criticism from people like, "Well, Kevin Kell in the guidebooks, what are you doing?" And it's like, I don't really care. Like, I don't really care what you think. Like, you don't live my life. My buddy, I'd rather be with him no matter where we are. I don't care where we're going. And actually, the ventures we do are amazing. And actually, his canoe weighs so much. I'm look. I even said to him, "Your pack and your canoe weighs so much. If you die, everything is left. You and your gear. I'm walking out." but yeah. So things change with that.
Hey, what's his canoe, Kevin?
The one canoe he took on George Bay with us weighed 102 pounds.
Empty?
Yes, it's a Novacraft 18-foot ABS canoe.
Oh, crap. That's heavy.
Actually, no, that one's 20 foot. not 18 foot.
Okay.
And everything he uses weighs a lot. And he's a strong guy. Like I'm not. I'm just like hyper, whoa, but I can't lift crap. I can go all day. I can paddle all day, and he can't. It's almost like in the medieval times, he's the guy that has the big axe, and I'm the one with the dagger.
Fair enough. Okay.
Going
All right. Here's an answer to your question. Canadian, I knew that Jerry went on this trip. He went to Ireland, England, Scotland, and the Netherlands for a while recently. And that sounded like a great trip. I'm seeing if anyone else is answering your question. I do like what Tenenbaum says. Any day with a paddle in your hand is a good day. Which reminds me of like when I used to crew on a 30-foot sexy little French-built yacht, sailboat. There was always this saying going around the sailing circles that any day spent in a boat is not deducted from the sum of the years you have of life. And I love the idea that time spent paddling or sailing or whatever is like it's like your get out of jail free card, right? Because it's such a pleasant way to spend your time that it doesn't deduct from your life in any way. I just find stuff like that kind of enchanting, even though it's all BS. You know, like what kind of saying is any time spent in a boat is not deducted from your years? That is not true. But it sure feels like it is, you know?
There's a guy, so imagine I live up in a hill, look down, and there's a big lake in front of me. And every day, not every day, but most days, there's a white canoe that paddles across this lake. He's an old guy. I'd never met him before. To me, I think he's my ghost. I don't think he actually exists. I think I just see him in my imagination.
Okay.
And
is he a Snuffleupagus?
It's hilarious because it's one of those mystical things where the guy in the white canoe and he probably some retired guy that actually wants to keep in shape, so he paddles the lake all the time. And the lake, I've paddled the lake a lot, and to be quite honest, it gets pretty boring. It's full of cottages, whatever. But it's this mystical canoe, and he reminds me every time I see him that why am I not doing that? Right? It's like, get out. It doesn't matter where you are. This guy does this and keeps his mind at peace, his body at peace, just by doing this mystical paddle in the morning. And I really do think he's a ghost. I don't think he actually exists. I think it's my imagination. But yeah, the guy in the white canoe. There's a title for my next book.
The guy in the white canoe. Yeah. I'm glad that David said this because David lives on a lake that half of it has a lot of cabins and the other half is a little more sparse. It's featured in my first video of the trip to Russell series. But it was still a very nice lake. I think that, I clicked the wrong place. But this is actually an answer to you, Kevin. So I'll just leave it there while I talk. I like the idea of a lake that is completely abandoned because I want to be freaking alone. But like I see places like where David lives and think this guy lives on a lake that he could paddle whenever he wants. Okay, there are cabins around, but it's still bucolic, right? I live on a boulevard. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I live on a major boulevard in the largest borough. An arrondissement is a borough, right? Am I using the right word? You know, boroughs like they have in New York and places in Montreal. Borough. Largest borough in the city. I'm just going to keep walking this conversation on. And so, like, I see where David lives. And I'm like, I could live on a lake like this. I wouldn't necessarily vacation to a lake with a bunch of cottages on it. But could you imagine you wake up in the morning, you know, you make your pot of coffee for you guys or a pot of tea for me, and you go and paddle for even just 10 minutes before your morning shower?
Yeah, no, I can't imagine
Hello.
that.
Yeah. It's your environment you live in. Like in my another Bend on the River book, there's a chapter called Life on the Hill. And I talk about how I moved to here 6 years ago, and I paid $189 for this place. And it's a shack up on a hill. Like nobody else wanted it, right? But it saved my life. like, because there's days where like bald eagles are flying over me. There's ospreys. Actually, Christmas Eve, Bob the mourning dove hit its head on the window, so I put it in a box, and the bird and I shared each other's time together, and then I let him go, and he bonged his head again, stupid bloody Bob. But yeah,
He's not careful, he'll end up in another box.
oh god. Actually, I cut this mourning dove that hangs around all the time. He's just not the smartest bird. Anyway, but yeah, it's one of those things that your environment around you really just does characterize you, right? So,
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah, I get that. I understand that. I think we spent I don't know, not maybe not you, Kevin. Oh, I by the way, I'm leaving that up from Shawnee for you, but I don't know if you read it or not. Because this is an answer to your question about great trips. It's hard to remember sometimes that where you are at a given moment is not where you always have to be. Like I sit here in this basement, okay, and I go out and I'm on this boulevard, and I drive everywhere because I'm always trying to go to and from daycare, which is downtown and stuff. And it's hard to remember sometimes that 40 minutes drive out and I'm sitting on a lake. Like my mother-in-law lives on Lac de Montagne, right? It's not the country. It's a rural banlieue. Oh no, I'm at the point in the night where I'm losing my English. A suburb, but it's a lake, right? Throw myself in a canoe and I can paddle. And what's amazing about Lac de Montagne is you can walk for like a kilometer before it suddenly goes whoomp. Maybe not quite a kilometer, but pretty freaking close, right? Because it's shallow, but there is like a deep part. Whoomp. So you can just stroll with the water up to your knees or up to your thighs or like up to your waist or whatever for a long freaking way. And just sort of zen out, just walking out into the lake. You know, you can sit in a canoe and paddle around for a bit and just sort of be away from everyone. But it's hard to remember that you have access to that when you're just stuck in this urban grind all the time.
Yeah, the thing is, though, there's a lot of people that have that, and you have to realize that is life. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's a lot of people that actually live in an urban society and they go to work every day, but their escape is the weekend or a 2-week trip in the summer.
Yeah.
So it's not, you know, I love where I am, but at the same time, there's a lot of disadvantages. So I don't want to make it sound that I have the perfect life. Actually, I definitely don't. But if you live in an urban society where you have, like Christine, my partner,
I'm just going to hide my camera for a second, guys. Okay.
Oh.
I'm still listening, but it's just the wife is there and she can't be on screen.
Okay.
Okay.
So Christine actually lives in a very nice house with like fence row, and a lot nicer than my place. At the same time, yeah, you know, there's not much wildlife and stuff like that. So, but at the same time, she still gets out. So she removes herself from that environment because that's the normal environment to go into nature, right? So, I don't know. It's almost like Russell for you too. Like I watch your stuff. There's probably times where you get frustrated about living where you are because you don't have the comforts of, you know, getting to a hospital really quickly, going to the grocery store really quickly, socializing and stuff like that. So there's goods and bads with everything, right?
There's tons of stuff like that. Tons of stuff. But you know, you take the good with the bad, of course. Right.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't trade my situation for anything. I mean, it'd be really nice to be able to order pizza. I would love to do that, but you know, I wouldn't give this up for anything.
Yeah, it's the other thing though too, Russell. When you get older too, like, could you live where you are? Because because
that comes up all the time, actually. And I've thought about it. Like people ask me, well, how much longer do you think you can live like that? And I've thought about it. I mean, the easy answer is as long as I can. But realistically, I'm 53, turning 54 this year. If I can another 20 years, like I don't know. If I fall off a ladder, it's over, right? But you can't think about that. You can't worry about that.
No, no, no. It's like, well, look behind me. I have a really cool spiral staircase. Like when I bought this place, oh, cool. Spiral staircase. Oh my God, I hate the friggin' thing.
Kevin, you know how many times, like when I was building my stairs here, my pull down stairs, you know how many people said, "Oh, just put a spiral staircase." I'm like, I don't think that's a good idea.
No, no, they look good, but no.
You know, it's funny because those spiral staircases. Am I muted? No, those spiral staircases
I muted you, Jeff.
are a fixture. Yeah. By the way, I ran out to see a man about a hearse while I was off screen. Those spiral staircases, or like that, are a fixture of the rear staircases of many, many Montreal multi-story buildings. Like you walk down a laneway, and everyone's back staircase is those spirals. And when you're moving into a place and trying to use the back staircase,
Oh man.
like it's sort of viewed as like a fixture of Montreal, right? Like all these 3-story places, they all have this spiral iron or whatever staircase at the back. And it's really hard to get a couch up a spiral staircase, dude. Like tough as hell. Montrealers have fashioned pulley systems out of everything because of those spiral staircases. I'm just taking a look. I just want to make sure that we're not forgetting the people in the side chat here. I'm seeing if anyone has another. This is also due to Kevin's question. Jim is saying, because of my wife's health, I had to take 0 extended trips and many, many day trips. I can't pick one favorite. Everything was magical. If you can find the magic in everything, like every little trip in a situation like yours, then I think that's legit.
Yeah, I especially you look at, I've been in rooms where people don't know I'm in the room and they're being very harsh towards me. Well, Kevin, he doesn't do the trips he used to. I was like, well, the last few years I've been doing a bunch of Southern Ontario trips, and that was a logical thing I did because most new canoeists were in Southwestern Ontario, and I approached my media towards them because I wanted them to go north. If I just did a whole bunch of northern trips, those people wouldn't listen to those videos. So that was a choice I made. I did the Thames River for that reason. I did endless trips I did for that reason. When people criticize, years ago too, I remember being in the room when someone said, Kevin Callan, he's the commoner of the canoe world. And I looked at him, I went, well, I'm Kevin Callan. Thank you for the compliment.
He's the what of the canoe world?
Commoner of the canoe world.
Okay.
Yeah, and I looked at him and I went, thanks for the compliment. He goes, oh, I didn't know you were here. I went, no, I'm serious. I actually, thanks for the compliment. He goes, well, that wasn't a compliment. I went, it wasn't. But it was
to be, but it was. Yeah.
Yeah. I go, because the last time I went to, and this is one, he was a very pompous person. Last time I went to one of your shows, I don't think you had 20 people in your audience. And they're all white tilly hat, beards, and bellies. They're all old people about to die. And the last time I presented, I had a lot of young people all enthusiastic. So go to fucking, sorry.
Oh my God, I'm demonetized.
Oh my God.
I would like to say that I would like a nice tilly hat if I could afford it.
Oh, I'm not making fun of tilly hats. I just, you know what I mean.
Yeah. I get what you're saying.
Tilly hats that actually are still bright and white because they've never been used.
They've never been used, yeah.
They've never been shoved through an elephant. Right. Yeah.
I have a friend who's got a tilly hat, like a hemp one, that is... I asked him about it once. I love that hat. It looks like you and that hat are good friends. And he said, this hat's been around the world with me. And like you could tell that this hat has been places. And I hate seeing
this hat
gear.
has seen some shit, man.
This hat has seen some stuff, know what I'm saying? But I hate seeing like good quality gear that still has the sheen on it. Like, unless it's in a bag and they're coming home from Lee Valley and like, look at my sweet new axe. Like, if I see something on the wall in somebody's workshop and it's pristine, I'm like, I'm going to take that because it will be beat to shift within 6 months. Because that's what gear should be. And that's what your Tilly hat should be, because they're built robust enough to take anything, right? That's what your stuff should be. Your canoe should have scratches on the bottom. Your bike should, your bicycle should have dings in the powder coat. It's just me, and I'm just sort of, because it's me, obviously I'm right. But man, I hate seeing gear and stuff that has no fraying.
No. I'll end this with one more story, and then I really do have to go. But remember when Tilly Hat came out with Tilly underwear? I'm talking 20 years or older. They had an advertisement, and all you saw was a male and female figure with just their underwear, right?
Yeah.
And so I was at a conference, and Mr. Tilly was there. He's actually a cool, really unique individual. And I said, "Can you tell me who are the models for that?" And the models were there. And I had a blast. And I went up to them. I went, "Are they being used? Have you worn them in the wilderness? Are they staying? Did you wear them inside out? Did you wear them twice or 3 times over?" And of course, they actually found it really funny. In fact, they were campers. They found it really funny. But yeah, Mr. Tilly, I probably didn't find it really funny. But yeah, that was.
Yeah, but it is funny though.
Yeah, when I go back in the old days of the old outdoor magazines where the Tilly underwear came out, I met the male and female models, and I asked them if they stained their underwear.
It's funny that you bring that up, because I wasn't sure if that was real, or if it was, like sometimes you have memories of back in the day and it wasn't really and you're just making something up, or you dreamed something. And
I never do that.
No, of course not. No. No, I knew that you wouldn't understand what I'm talking about, Kevin.
Oh.
But yeah. So yeah, okay. So that was real. Because they don't make Tilly underwear anymore, right?
They probably make underwear still. I don't know.
Really? God, now I've got to go and Google Tilly after this.
Tilly's not Tilly anymore. Mr. Tilly sold the company, and I would say the company's gone to hell.
I would say that you're not alone. I don't know much about the company post Tilly owning Tilly.
Yeah.
But
they're trying to hit a market that actually, I don't know, whatever. But that's fair. Anyway, I gotta go. What's funny?
Yeah. Okay. Bye.
Russell. If we keep talking, you're going to have to go and turn the generator on.
Oh, excellent day today for solar. We're showing 49 volts right now. It was.
You still have your tree up?
We're good. We're doing good.
All right.
You still have your tree up?
Yeah, he does actually. I noticed that.
Just noticing that?
I'm just noticing that now.
I noticed that the first moment he was on screen. Actually,
City Girl takes the tree down, and she left, and before taking it down, so I got to wait for her to come back. Anyway,
Russell, don't blame the tools. Carpenter never blames the tools.
Carpenter never.
No, there's not. You're talking about my wife as a tool? Come on.
I was waiting for this.
That was wrong.
Yeah, that was wrong.
No,
Kevin, that's not where you're going.
Sorry.
Anyway, Kevin, this is going to make the next thing I say really awkward. Kevin, are you in the Peterborough area?
Oh, someone asked you. Yeah, so I live in Bridgenorth. So on Chemung Lake. Yeah. So,
well, I don't know where that is, but if it's the Peterborough area, you should come out here sometime.
I'm about 12 minutes north of Peterborough. Yeah.
Yeah, it's only like an hour and a half from Peterborough to here. You should come out here sometime.
And I'll camp beside your place, and I'll pull a Jess, and I'll do a video. I'll do a YouTube video and say I'm in the wilderness, and then we'll pan over and we'll get pizza ordered.
Yeah. Hey, I showed Russell's cabin at least 3 times in those videos just to not make it seem like I was faking it. But I mean, I kind of couldn't go into his cabin very often because he was all sick and stuff.
I remember the one night. Sorry, Kevin. I remember the one night. Jess is texting me, and I'm like, I've got beer in the fridge, and he's cut his knees open getting over here.
Swam through the pond, ripping off what are those slug things called in English? Those
leeches,
ripping off leeches.
He's like, cold beer?
What?
I really seriously see a Gary the Puppet video involved with a Jess Russell camp and Kevin with the Happy Camper in the wilderness,
Yeah.
and then raiding your beer fridge. I can see that.
Sneaking into the cabin.
Cheers.
He's asleep. The beer
The
fridge
dog's
is
cool.
untended.
The dog's going bad shit. Crazy. Yeah, sure.
Oh, I think I just heard one of them, in fact.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, that's what it was. All right, yeah, I gotta go.
Okay. All right. All right.
See you,
Bye,
Kevin.
Kevin.
Take care of
See you
yourself.
next week.
How do I hang up?
Hey, Pop.
Bye.
Nobody knows. Bye. Kevin kept us on past 11 o'clock. It's okay. We'll stay on till what? 11:15?
He did the thing again.
You know what? I think it's something in the way I'm touching this mouse. Like there's some like multi-touch thing. I don't want to touch the mouse anymore. Can I do everything? Why you got to be like that? Why you got to be hurting?
I'm showing you how to touch the mouse.
Let me just see. If I just pick it up and I see, because there are no actual buttons on it, right? And I'm wondering if
Oh, it's a Mac.
if I accidentally like, I don't want to touch it.
It's a Mac.
Don't hate my mouse because it's so beautiful. I hate my mouse because now I'm suddenly afraid of kicking myself out of my own live stream 3 times in a freaking night.
Logitech wireless mouse. I love this thing. I'm gonna buy another one.
I have one of
Already
those too.
did.
I have one of those for my PC.
Yeah, you should probably use it sometime. All right. You want to go there?
I do use it when I'm playing the video games on the PC. I'm very, very, very David says Jesse's killing me tonight. Believe me, I'm killing myself too. Killing myself softly. 11 a.m. is a bit of a challenge, but I believe you're forced keeping. I would not stay till 11. Apparently, I almost put you in timeout by accident, Ian. Apparently, I may be touching my mouse inappropriately. Use guys is funny. Yeah, I'm glad we got Kevin on because he turns every live stream into a. What you doing there, Russell?
A
That
fun
little
house.
paper towel action.
All right, I was gonna say, Dave, grab up here and come join us.
We'll stay on until 11:30, but at 11:30, I'm definitely getting the hell off because I gotta sleep before work tomorrow. Russell, did you send Dave the link? Russell's gone to see a man about a hearse. I'm trying to remember what communications method I used to speak to David. I just don't know what the hell it was. Excuse me, guys. Oh, snap. I do have the tiredness of 10,000 tirednesses. I will tell you that as an utter truth. As an utter truth. I do not know how I used to. Yeah, 11 a.m. would be a bit much. Absolutely. Well, it's 11:15 now. We're staying on till 11:30 because Russell's gone. So if I just sort of end the live stream, he's going to be like, what happened? What happened to the live stream? Text you the link. I'm trying to, David, but I don't remember what communications method we use to talk to each other. This is what I'm talking about. Like when I say that there are too many communications methods and I don't know what I use with certain people. I have no recollection of what David and I used once he left Discord. Was it text message? Text message. Okay, David, not that David, different David. No, not that one. Nope. So many communications methods, so little time. You know what I'm saying?
That was the wrong key. Did you want to come on?
I'm trying to find. Oh, there it is. There it is. I speak
got
with
it?
David
Okay.
over the face of books. All right, sent. But literally at 11:30, I'm out of here.
Literally.
Literally, I mean that in the non-figuratively sense. Like I'm still old school. I don't think literally means figuratively.
Oh, I agree with that.
Figuratively,
Except
what? 'Cause-
now
what do you mean? Except now,
they changed it,
what? Who changed it?
which I hate. The
I do
dictionary
not.
people.
No, I do not give them the option of changing that. That must
No,
remain
I
sacrosanct.
was really disturbed actually when they did that because that's when I discovered that the dictionary people don't make up any rules; they just follow whatever socially is normal.
That is a long-standing conversation of what the role of a dictionary should be.
Okay.
Like the
Okay.
Oxford English Dictionary, the Oxford. Oh, for land's sakes, I'm going to step
Jess,
right
we can't get into this right now because we're going to spend the next 10 minutes boring the shit out of people.
I think is worth talking about.
Okay. Yeah.
No, I was just saying that like the Oxford Dictionary has turned itself inside out, trying to figure out if it should be prescribing language or just recording language as it is used. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say.
Well, that's what I just said, pretty much.
That's
Oh well, not that there was a discussion but that there was.
I think that you only told half the story.
Fair enough. Well, obviously we know that languages change over time, right?
Yes,
That's all they've done over
centuries.
the last 10,000 years.
As
50,000
Indo-European
years.
became Germanic and Celtic.
Since the first man put wheels on a horse, I tell you what. Yep, language
Good
has
thing you put
changed.
those wheels on that horse. Good thing. Can't beat wheels on a horse. I don't know why you went with wheels on a horse, Russell.
Because we invented wheels on a horse.
Well, we invented wheels, but we didn't invent horses.
I'm talking about the car. Right? Horsepower, car. Yeah, we did that thousands of years ago.
I've had a beer and a couple of whiskeys, so yeah, that went way over my head. I
Cheers
think you
to
were
that.
just being cruel. You were just being cruel, Russell.
I'm quaffing.
Are you quaffing? I'm done. I don't have any more booze. I'm drunk. I'm not drunk. I'm done with the boozing.
Mm-hmm.
Tea, on the other hand, is a good drink.
Did you? I was about to say. Oh, I love it. Joe Pesci.
Joe Pesci, Dave. Okay, we got 10 minutes.
That's
Dave.
from a few weeks ago.
Make everything count, David. We got 10 minutes.
Cheers,
Okay.
Dave.
All right.
Good to see you
Cheers.
as always. What are you
Where you
drinking,
at?
Dave?
Coke,
Rum and Coke.
rum and Coke. Coke with rum.
Rum and Coke's a great drink, but I'll tell you what. You know what's better? Dr. Pepper and rum.
Okay, I'll try that.
I,
Kevin was great, eh? What an entertaining
Kevin's
guy.
always great. Kevin knows
Oh, yeah.
exactly how to talk, like ex cathedra. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's always fun.
Yep.
Yeah.
Got a lot of booze there. Maybe
Tea
that
really is a
explains.
good drink.
Oh crap! No kidding.
I was listening to a live stream on the whiskey side of YouTube, WhiskeyTube as it's known, and a couple of guys from out in BC, Trinity and C, were doing a live stream, and I started jokingly said I should do a roundup video of all my whiskey, and they said yes, do that, we want to see that. And I'm like, oh god, because last time I checked, I had 57 bottles. Now I've bottled down a few, but then I got a box of whiskeys, so.
57.
I feel that this video is going to be kind of embarrassing.
I'm waiting
I
for
love
that
it.
shelf in your workshop with all those whiskey bottles to fall down.
Yeah. Well, it's a not a shelf, a bench, a workbench. Davis here. We're on our way to 3 a.m. No, Mr. Vader. No way, Lord Vader. I am on my way to bed at 11:30. Well, you see, Shawnee, there's an interesting question because I don't know where the hell to put 57 bottles, which is why I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11. Oh God, it sounds like I've got a problem here. I've got 11 sitting around me just because it's hard to find places for all of
One.
them.
I got one.
Okay. Okay. But like, for
Cheers.
instance, one of them isn't even open yet. Two of them. Geez, only two of them are not even open yet. Right, they're waiting for me to do videos on them. Yeah, two of them.
Shani has an excellent point. Where would I even put 57 bottles? I'm thinking the same thing. Like,
Yeah, I have to
Well, I
build
mean-
a shelving unit.
that crap everywhere here anyway.
Yeah. Excuse me. Is making fun of me.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to do, actually.
Well, it's easy to make fun of anyone, isn't it?
Russell's in good form tonight.
Ian says 11 bottles. We need to talk. Do we need to talk? No, we don't need to talk. My bottles last forever, especially
Lord Vader. Sorry, go ahead.
11:30 a.m. Hawaii time. Oh, I get it. Okay.
Especially,
Tea's a good drink. Especially, I don't remember. I don't know.
you're talking about 11 bottles. Do we need to talk? Sorry, Dave.
It's gone.
No,
Okay,
I
go,
just
Dave.
wanted to know what night was this? What was this infamous night that the three of you were drinking your Blue Label?
Okay. Let me
2
explain.
nights ago, Sunday night.
I was
Sunday
okay.
night. Okay.
I spent about an hour and a half working with levels to try and get this mic to sound the way it should sound after the money that was spent on it, not by me. And I, at the same time, I was connecting it to the Mac instead of the PC because I'm compartmentalizing everything so that all my work and stuff happens on this Mac, which is beautiful, and all of my video gaming happens on the PC. So like I had restrung everything, by which I meant rewired. Restrung, what does that even mean? And so I did like a test live stream to see how everything was sounding. And then for some reason, instead of like we shut down my live stream and went to the Booksfest channel for like a private-ish, it wasn't even private, for a live stream. And at some point Russell finished his blue and I went to bed.
It was on The Voice.
Oh, it was on The Voice. Right. I'm mixing up.
Oh, okay.
We spent a lot of time on camera this past week, Russell.
Okay, it was. No, yeah, it was like 4 nights in a row. But
Yeah.
no, you know what? How it starts is like I was like, "What are you up to?" And I'm like, "Nothing. What are you up to?" And 6 hours later,
Yes,
Yeah.
I missed the good old Discord days. Yeah.
Yeah.
we had a great time though. We had some great conversation, and then Jess shows up and he's not drinking at all. He's just like, "What the hell's wrong with you, Jess? What's?"
Yeah. Well, I had made a large, embarrassing, possibly very expensive mistake, and I was trying to deal with it, and it was stressing me the Christ right out.
Jess was he was the worst guest ever. Not
Were the
guest,
credit
but,
card?
you know,
Did the credit cards come out on Sunday night?
Well, here's the thing. I ordered a new mic for doing certain videos with, and I ordered from Vistec in Toronto. Last time I ordered from Vistec was 2017. I did not think to check the address because, I mean, I don't check the address because I feel like I've lived here forever. So it used my old address, which was on Island Street in Point St. Charles. And so they sent it there. And like when I noticed what the address was, I was like, "Oh my snap!" So I contacted Canada Post, and they're like, "Well, we have to send to the address that's on the label. If they refuse the package, then we can reroute." I said, "But what if they don't refuse?" And, well, then you have to contact your retailer and convince them to send you another one. So I worked with the retailer. Canada Post was non-helpful. Anyways, eventually what happened was Canada Post now sends you an email version of the card as well. So I just went to the post office with my, the barcode, scan, showed them my ID, and like these counter drones, right? These kids who were not paid anything didn't even think to look at the address. He just saw Jesse Corbet. Okay. So I walked out with my package. Even though if the address doesn't match, they're not really supposed to give it to you. And by the way, I had always thought that if the address was wrong, your credit card would not allow you to make a purchase. So I was somewhat surprised by that.
As long as the billing address is correct, they don't care about the shipping address.
But there's the thing. Neither address was correct. My billing address was not my current address. So I kind of feel like I have to call my credit card company and say, what the funk, dude? Anyway, all is well because I have my goods, and I will be utilizing them. But yeah, that was... Here's the thing. What we're talking about is about $400, about $380 to $400. So to some people, $400. To me, having grown up in a ghetto, shift eating poor, $400 is still nightmare material for me, right? Because like if I lose $400, that meant I would not be buying another one of these to replace the one that I so stupidly sent to the wrong address. I'd be like, okay, forget it. It's not going to happen. Because then it suddenly becomes an $800 purchase, right? So, anyways, I'm glad that I thought to just, you know what? I'm just gonna walk in, show them my card. It says Jesse Corbet on both, and I have an email. What could go wrong, right?
What could go wrong?
Okay, we have 1 more minute, guys. Make it count.
Dave, what are you doing with your audio there? No, you're muted now. You're muted somehow.
I had my AirPods in and they were not working very well, so I switched to hardwired
Okay.
earphones.
I guess you gotta plug
So-
them in.
What happens
Hey!
if there's a mic on there? Does it brush against your shirt or something? Or
It was just like the sound was broken up, and someone wrote a comment that I was sounding echoey, so I
Okay.
changed.
Look
Yeah.
who's here.
Marcel's showing up
So,
like Bettina late.
yeah, that's Bettina level
Bettina
late.
time.
We're here for another minute, Marcel, but it's nice to see you.
Oh,
Nice
you
to
can
see
give
you.
us another 10 minutes, Jess. Dave doesn't join us very often.
Yeah, but I gotta work in the
Yeah.
morning, dude. Oh, well, actually, I gotta. Anyways, whatevs. Ian says Dave's fondling his audio.
Yeah.
I'll give you another 5 minutes, okay? To 11:35 because Marcel just showed up.
We got to ask Dave. Look, how's life in Florida, Dave?
The weather's beautiful.
Is it warm?
So I mean, typically we get up, we go for a nice walk in the morning. We have a beautiful county park just at the bottom of our, like 5 minutes from here. So we go for a nice, beautiful walk. We get to see lots of seabirds, ospreys, bald eagles. We really enjoy that. We go for a swim in the
Bald eagles?
afternoon. Yep.
I
Go for a
heard
swim in the
recently that.
afternoon.
Sorry, Dave. I heard that bald eagles are off the endangered list recently. Is that true?
Yeah, they
Anybody
are.
know?
I heard that too. Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Interesting.
Not
Yeah.
not that we need to start hunting bald eagles by any means, but that's fantastic that there's enough of them.
Yeah. And
Anyway, sorry,
and,
sorry, Dave. Continue.
No, I'm doing a bit of rental work here. I ripped out all the we had carpeting. I ripped it all out. I ripped up the peel and stick tiles that the last owner glued down. So
Nice.
that was fun.
Oh,
And tomorrow I'm installing a new vinyl plank flooring.
damn! I just ordered some vinyl plank flooring.
Really?
Oh, okay. Well,
Hey, how
Interesting.
thick is the underpadding on that?
including so there's a rubber underpad, there's a core, and then there's the vinyl on top. It's 5 millimeters.
Okay,
And-
same as what I just ordered.
Yeah. And I'm putting down a 6 mil poly on to go on the bottom.
What's the poly for?
Yeah.
Well, we could potentially be in a flood area, so any water comes up from underneath could just protect
Right.
the flooring.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Is there any part of Florida that isn't a potential flood area?
No, not really. Not really.
Like the entire state?
Yeah. I have in-laws who were in Long Island, New York, and after that massive whatever it was, the hurricane flooded the crap out of that state, or out of that city. A lot of their neighbors put their houses on stilts, and it's like $100. It was apparently like $100,000 US to raise your house up on stilts. So all these places are like, 15 feet higher, and with like siding going all the way down, so they look like these really tall houses.
Yeah, that's pretty common down here. Anywhere near the water now down here in Florida, that's been regulated in. Plus hurricane-proof windows now too.
Hurricane-proof windows?
Yeah.
So how do you hurricane-proof windows?
There are two thick panes of glass that are essentially glued together. Then you've got your typical air gap with argon and gas, and then you got another layer of glass. So they're supposed to withstand a 200 mile per hour flying projectile.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, your roof will get ripped off, but your windows will be okay.
Wow, that's
at least something will be okay, right?
amazing. House is gone. Windows are still there.
Windows are still
windows
perfect.
are still there. Yeah.
Windows lying pristine all over the ground.
So to answer Shawnee's question, the next thing on the rental list is we are changing our windows to the hurricane-proof windows. That's our next job on the rental list. But we're not doing that. We're having them professionally installed.
Can I
sounds
just
expensive?
Yeah, it
Yeah,
sure
it
does.
is. Yeah, very.
Can I just point out this comment by Squeeze Me? How do you live with yourself after a dad joke like that?
That's not even a dad joke. That's just a bad joke.
Wow, it's better than this one.
Excuse me. Put him in a timeout. Not a real time. Not a chat timeout. Just excuse me. Go sit in the corner.
Oh, for land's sakes, he's unstoppable.
Stare at the corner. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the king of dad jokes. You can't tell dad jokes.
Okay, we'll go to 11:40, guys, because Omar says to go 10 more. So, all right, we'll go to 11:40.
And Omar is the king of how long?
It's just if Russell and David and Omar. If you're all agreeing, then.
Well, we don't get Dave on very often, and Dave is like so awesome that I want to name my firstborn after Dave. I mean,
I thought
he's like 28 years old. He might disagree. He might hate it. And I'm like, sorry.
We're changing your
name. Shotgun Dave is now your first name.
No, it's Al. Al's your firstborn. Then it's Shotgun Dave after that.
Anyway, Dave. Is Pam listening right now?
No, she's in bed reading a book.
Okay, so I know you don't want to go to Florida every winter. So are you any closer to selling this place and not going to Florida next winter?
Maybe. That's a private conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, enough said.
Yeah. Shocked I am that question was even asked.
If I had my choice, you know what the answer would be.
Yeah.
I am bereft. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Anyway, cheers. Cheers to Dave.
Cheers to Dave.
Oh my
God.
God.
We don't talk often
like
enough, Dave.
If you're going to 11:40, I got time for another drink. I'll be right back.
That gives you 5 minutes, though, Dave.
You got time for 2 drinks. I'm pouring another fittick.
You can only get spoiled milk from a pampered cow. So, are you okay with that whiskey then? Really?
You can pops out.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not a twist top. This is a twist top. See? No sound.
Okay, so one thing I've learned, and we talked about this a little bit the other night, is that I gotta burn the hell out of my mouth with the first few sips so that I can enjoy the rest.
But you don't have, hold on, let me pour something.
What do you got?
I'm gonna pour something peated again because I had something peated, so you gotta stick with the peat.
I got a question for you. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Is it about scotch?
If you have a peat scotch and you have a second one, is it called a repeat?
Oh my God, Dave! I made that joke earlier.
Oh, did you? Oh, sorry.
Oh my Lord! Everybody sucks so hard tonight.
Dave.
I don't mean that in the kind of cool way.
Oh.
Dave, put on your sunglasses. Okay.
Really? I can get my sunglasses. Yeah.
Okay. So my first couple of sips, I seriously just gargled it. But after that, now I can taste it.
Yeah. So here's the thing, right? You take a small sip.
Exactly. What you're doing with your mouth right there. What are you doing with your mouth? Well, let me see your
You
cheeks.
chew it. You chew it a bit.
Hold on. Can
You
we see
chew
your
it.
cheeks? How do we do this? How do we do this?
You take a small sip. You sort of slurp it the way you're supposed to
There we
when
go.
when you're tasting coffee, right? So roll it around in your mouth a bit and then swallow. Because what you're doing is you're acclimatizing.
You're burning your taste buds.
Yes, Russell, you're burning
Killing your
buds.
taste buds because
Killing them softly with your love.
With your gunk.
Hell no. Why you gotta be like that?
Go boosters.
Or another thing you can do is just roll it around a bit. Oh, wow. Come on. Excuse me. Here's one for Russell. What is Forrest Gump's password? One Forrest one.
You know what?
That is garbage.
You know what? Excuse me. Okay, excuse me. Let's have a moment here. Whenever somebody starts dropping dad jokes into chat, I know they're just reading them off a website or an email list or something there. That's why I always ignore jokes like that when during Books Fest, especially since Books Fest chat is coming like a million miles an hour. So I'm just
you're
saying,
showing off that you have like 57,000 subs and I've got like under 3 grand. Is that it? Is that what's happening here, Russell? Are
you have
being
that
a
many
douche?
subs? It's really hard to tell, Jess.
I'm at
It's
like
really
29, 20, I think.
Anyway, you're okay. So you're like, where was this one? Okay, do your thing. Yeah, sip. You having another sip?
Roll it to the back. But like,
Yep.
let it spend some time in your mouth.
To burn all your taste buds.
A bit. Roussel, I'm trying to helping you here. Because what happens is if you coat your entire mouth, then it singers the crap out of everything, and everything tastes terrific after that because you don't really taste anything.
What happens if you chug the bottle then?
If I chugged a 750 ml of 50% ABV, I would die in front of you guys. I would die of alcohol poisoning.
So it's not just a question of hitting your keyboard and passing out.
No, because Russell is drinking 40%.
Okay.
You know what? I can't find those glasses that I bent the hell out of.
So I got a question though for you, Russell. Were you supposed to go and help Ray pick up kitchen on Monday? Did you make it?
I did, amazingly. Sunday
Can't
night
wait to see
later.
that video.
It was like 2:30 a.m. that I passed out at my desk, hit my keyboard, and I was up the next morning at like 9 a.m. I like looking at my phone, like I missed a call from Ray. Shit. But Ray is coming from the far side of Toronto, so he calls me. He's like, "Oh, I gotta get through Toronto, and then I'll let you know how long I'm gonna be there."
I'll see you in 13 hours.
I'm like, okay. God. No, but I got down there. I was a little bit late. We picked up a kitchen. We hit Mucho Burrito.
How many kitchens are you guys picking up? Oh, man, I could go for a burrito right now.
What about the cheese wheel?
Or some cheese.
Get some cheese. We'll go to 12 o'clock. Get some cheese.
No, we can't go to 12 o'clock because I gotta be on at work. But it is 11:41, which means it's the end of the stream. So between now and next week. Now, again, I will remind y'all that next week is What?
You can leave and we can continue your stream. I can just end it at midnight.
So this is Jesse.
And we'll demonetize you.
Don't demonetize me. This is Jesse clocking out. From me, I will remind you all that I'm doing one of my panel discussions next week. So it'll be an hour of panel discussion. And then if we don't get carried away, it'll be an hour of people being able to come on and ask some questions. So this is Jesse clocking out between now and next week from me. Everybody, please stay sane, stay healthy, stay safe, and be kind to one another. Good night.
Nicely done, Jess.
Yep.
Nice.
Good night,
Bye.
Jess.
That was beautiful. Right?
I'm crying. That was great.
man.
That was
Okay.
really good. Oh my
I'm
god!
I'm not crying from my face.
Get me some maple. Get me some maple.
Wait, what do you mean you're not crying from your face? What does that mean?
Yeah, Jess, you have to end broadcast.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I'm not leaving. I'm just gonna go for a minute.
Okay, so I will end broadcast then. You guys can stay in the green room. So in that case, I've already said my goodbye. Russell, you're supposed to say something.
Because you left, I was all ready to let you go, and we're like, I guess we continue.
I have one sip left. You guys can stay in the green room, but we're closing her down.
He doesn't trust us.
You know what? 18 minutes, though, Jess. 18 minutes. Come,
What?
17 minutes now.
Peer pressure.
17. All right. In that case, we'll
Peer-
stay in until midnight.
All right.
But at midnight, we
I
are
love peer
absolutely shutting her down.
But Jess, I'll tell you what. Just because you've been such an awesome dude tonight, I will give you a special shout out Friday night.
Okay, perfect. It's a good thing I'm not gigging this Friday night. I might be there for the shout out.
Oh yeah. So I'll be like, I'll play the new music video, and I'll be like, Jess inspired these
These
poop
beautiful
lyrics.
The Books lyrics.
I think, yeah. So
Sorry.
that's good news about your getting on the treadmill twice a day. That's really good.
Yeah, that's a nice step.
Today was the first day actually that I got on twice a day. I weighed myself the other day. I was like 233, and that's the most I've ever weighed. I've never weighed myself over 230 before. So I'm like, it's gotta go.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I'm a little lighter than I was at my heaviest, but I still need to lose. I absolutely need to lose, which is funny because I've spent my whole life losing, just not weight. I don't know why I speak sometimes.
I'm gonna start crying again.
I should have shut this thing down like 45 minutes ago.
Where's that maple flavored toilet paper?
Maple flavored tears because we're Canadian.
I get it. I can't. He's such a beautiful human being.
I wish I could hug you, Jess.
Hey guys, we're going on to midnight, so it's yippee ki yay. Oh no, actually we're Canadian, so it's yippee ki yay, eh? Oh shit.
I think you
Is that
should
another
get
dad joke?
Oh, why do I talk?
I think you should go get that cheese wheel.
I could go for some cheese. Not gonna do it because I'm behaving, but I could really go for some cheese. Little oca,
There's the
little
cheese
brie,
and
little camembert.
Fucking my ass off.
I think I may prefer the camembert over the cheese, over the brie, but I'm not sure about that. I'm not willing to sell my soul for
You
camembert.
guys should send the link to Marcel.
No,
There.
we're getting off at midnight, dude.
Oh,
We're not,
all right.
you know.
all
You know
right.
what? Next time I'm on, and it's not like a
15
panel
minutes.
discussion, then we'll invite Marcel on, and we'll have you on, and we'll just open it up to everyone who's not going to talk about politics or guns, and we'll all be a big happy family.
Wow.
Russell, why did you do that? I mean, thank you. Thank you.
Good one,
I
Russell.
look at it like this, through these glasses. So
I need new glasses, by the way.
you know how many times I've heard that from you?
It's because I keep forgetting to. Al sent me money.
I think it was for a new bottle of blue.
Yeah. I guess I'll order a new bottle of blue.
I gotta say, I do like the blue better than this thing.
Really? See, that surprises me. That's a single malt. I mean, it's a 12-year single malt, so it's got two things over the blue technically, right? It's 12 years old, whereas the blue is probably like 3. Although I hear rumors that it could be about 9. But here's the thing: what the age statement on the bottle means is that is the age of the youngest whiskey. The youngest barrel that went into that bottle is 12
I
years
get
old.
that.
You know,
I get that.
Yeah.
But well, I mean, there's so many bottles of 12-year-old Fittich on the shelf. I gotta think that they must have a massive stock of barrels. But okay, so
they're huge. They're huge. Absolutely huge.
this is one of those things where I'd like to have like a taste test. The 12-year-old Fittich against the blue. I'd like to sip each of them at this point and just see what I like. That's what I'd really like to do.
Now, if you want to do an AB like that, what you need is cheese. You need a charcuterie board so that you can taste one, do something to reset your palate, and then taste the other one. Or
What
like
about sushi.
I don't know if things I have come across or heard of or blah as like a palate cleanser is like a cup of tea. Ralphie uses tea. If he's A being two, he'll have tea in between.
Tea.
A lot of tastings I've been to, there's like a charcuterie board, right? Some fairly mild cold cuts, some cheeses, some nuts.
Yeah, they do the same with wine, right?
Yeah, wine is good too. Some people just use water, but I have felt in the past, and I do now, that water isn't a great palate cleanser. For the nosing, it's very easy. You smell yourself. You stick your nose in your elbow or something, or you smell yourself, and what that does is your smell. Sorry, I just bopped the microphone. Like, did you guys hear that?
I've been hearing some clicking from your microphone, actually.
Yeah.
Clicking?
Me too. Yeah.
Maybe I have it set too high. Okay, did it click there? Okay, what about now?
Sounds okay.
Okay. For your nose, smell yourself, because that is a neutral smell to your senses, right? I mean, I don't mean
I'm still hearing
do
the
that
clicking.
because that's deodorant, or maybe in Dave's case, whatever. But like, so that just resets your nose right there. You smell yourself, and boom, you're done. You're good to go.
Yeah, I'm still hearing the clicking. So something has changed, but I wouldn't worry about it now. I mean, it's too late at night. Just remember to listen to this part of the thing tomorrow.
Okay, is the clicking like new?
In the last minute or two, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Or last couple of minutes, or
I'm not hearing it now, though. I did hear it.
it's only when you're doing your verbal the diarrhea thing. I don't hear it now.
Clicking?
You got to talk.
Yeah. Or you keep talking, or we're going to 12:30.
Excuse me says, don't coffee beans reset your sense of smell. I think that could be a possibility. I've heard that before. It's just like, boom, done. Right? I don't have to get coffee beans or any of that stuff.
Well, with sushi, it's like the ginger, right? That's
Yeah.
Yeah, ginger's very good for that. Yeah.
Oh, Mohammed got his knife today. Wait, whoa, mixed feelings. Uh-oh.
What knife did he get?
He got like a really cool, I don't remember what it was called because I've been drinking. But
Skylar?
he sent
Number 4? No.
No.
It was Skylar or Skysteel.
Well,
Yeah,
something.
but if he tells me next week, he'll tell. Okay. What the heck? Now, Peter pops in with, Jesse, did you cut the cheese? No, I did not cut the cheese. In any sense of that word. I have not yet had cheese. Oh, okay, there it is. The Slice Steel Spectre made by Tops. Yeah. That's a bigger knife than I tend to use. Like, I like a 4-inch blade.
What's that one like? Is it like a Bowie or
It's a
like a Bowie? I mean, sorry.
It's a funk ton bigger than what I tend to use, but it looked like a really good, like a big honking chopper, you know?
Yeah, it was like a machete.
I jokingly said it was machete sized, but oh, good night, Omar. Okay.
Good night, Omar.
Good night, Omar.
Apparently you're right about the Russell Ginger.
For the cleansing the palate.
I just said that ours backwards.
Russell Ginger Rogers. Yeah.
I said you're right about the Russell, comma Ginger. This is why I don't go to midnight, guys, because I get punchy, and then everything I say sounds hilarious to me, even though it probably sounds stupid to everyone else.
No, it's
Yeah, but-
hilarious.
But when you go to 12:30 is when this interesting stuff happens.
Yeah, there's no way I can do that.
You keep saying that.
First of all, I think that light might blow out on me before then.
You're bright enough. You don't need a light.
Can I do more?
But anyways,
Oh well.
where were we? I was saying fabulous things, and I don't remember what they were. There's a salty smell on this, which I didn't notice when I did my review. Or did I?
So what are you drinking?
This is the Port Charlotte 10-year.
Okay.
It's a heavily peated.
So we're going to Scotland in April. What should I pick up for a good single malt, or even a Scotch whiskey?
What part of Scotland are you going to?
We're going to be in Edinburgh and Glasgow.
Edinburgh and Glasgow. Okay.
Yeah.
So you can get anything. You're not going to actual distilleries. You're just going to be okay.
Yeah, we're only going for 3 days. Might go to a distillery. Who knows? My sister's organizing the trip.
Oh, so. I see. Okay. Here's the thing. I would, whatever you buy, I would. Do you like peated or unpeated?
I couldn't tell you the difference. I know nothing about Scotch or whiskey.
Okay. A peated is going to be very smoky, very kind of phenolic. Mm-hmm. An unpeated is going to have a lot more sort of the classic bourbon notes. Like there's going to be some caramel, there's going to be some vanilla, and it's not going to have the burning. It's not going to have the burn.
Mm-hmm. So what do you recommend, peated or unpeated?
You're not a big whiskey guy, right?
No, not at all.
Don't go peated.
Okay.
No. Which, by the way, will save you some money because, like, the Isla peated ones tend to be really freaking expensive. I'd say if you can find a Springbank anything, buy it.
Sorry, say that again.
I'd say that if you can find anything by Springbank, buy it. There's a touch of peat in them, but not too much. The thing is, they're almost impossible to find. They're so hard to find that they're kind of irrelevant. It's hard to say. What I would say is don't just buy like a 40% ABV whiskey. Buy something that's 46 to like 50%. Anything by Aaron just kills for the price. Like the price is here, but the quality, like the bang for your buck is way above.
Okay.
Aaron. I'm writing that here. Aaron.
So someone's asking me, got family there? My nephew's getting married in London, and then with my sister and brother-in-law, we're going to go up to Scotland for a few days afterwards.
To Scotland.
My sister lives in the UK.
Oh, your sister lives in the UK?
Yeah, she's in near Oxford. She's in the Cotswolds. Beautiful part of England.
I was about to say, I do believe I'd heard that it was really nice there.
Yeah.
Cool. Very cool. Yeah. 5 minutes until go time. Until, not really go time, but, go home time. Go to bed time.
Yeah. Unless we...
Nope.
5 minutes until go time. Second wind.
Something that Country Boy Trapped in the
That's
City
a good
has
point.
just said is a very good point. Go to a local pub and try a few drams. There's a bunch of whiskeys that cost way too much per bottle for me to be able to afford without at least trying them. And if a dram is $24, it's a hell of a lot less than than a $500 or $600 bottle that I may or may not like. Here's the thing with whiskey, especially with the prices that whiskey is commanding now. If you buy a bottle and it's like, wow, that sucks. That's an expensive mistake, dude. You know what I'm saying? So I love this comment from Country Boy. Absolutely. If you go to a pub, try a few whiskeys. Write down what your favorite one is, and then just go buy it.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Excellent idea. Thanks, Scott.
Matt J's here for the go time. 4 minutes, and then I'm going to bed.
And then we reset the go time to 12:30. Yeah.
Ugh,
Yeah,
no way.
it'll be tomorrow, so you have a new allotment of live stream time.
I have to get a 4-year-old out the door and to daycare on time tomorrow, guys.
Yeah, but we don't care about that.
But I have to care about that because it's my life. It's my life.
Yeah, screw you, Jess. You keep going.
Down with you, Jess.
Okay,
Just
Jess.
keep drinking.
Jess, are you working from home tomorrow?
Yes.
You
No,
get
yeah,
the
but-
4-year-old out the door, you get the wife out the door, the other kid out the door, and then you can like nap for the whole morning.
I wish, except I'm the one who does the daycare drop off.
Yes, you do the drop-offs and stuff, and stuff as soon as the house is empty. I don't understand.
Dave Marcel is saying, "Whoops."
Absolutely, everybody who has some kind of professional job knows how to nap during the day. Why do you not know how to do this?
Because lunchtime is when I do all the things that I need to get done.
I didn't say lunchtime. Dave, am I not right? Like,
I 100% agree with you.
Yeah, but you're retired, Dave, and you don't work, Russell.
No. I mean, when
I'm so
Dave
jealous.
was in his job, his normal
I used
job,
to
were there not people who knew how to nap every day?
I used to close my door at lunchtime and sleep for an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Put my feet up on the desk.
Yeah,
People could hear me snoring through with my door closed.
Yeah.
Absolutely, power naps are fantastic.
Yeah, I do love the power nap concept.
Just here's your problem. You've set the expectations too high where you work. Like they're like, Jess can perform this amount of work in a week. Way too high. You need to scale that way back.
Yeah.
Enough so that you can have a nap every day and still perform, the expected work.
So you mean I should get promoted to management?
If that's what it takes, we can help you. We can help you get there.
Yeah.
I
know people.
I'll work on that.
I'll help you with your resume.
Perfect.
We'll go. You know what? We'll go freelance.
I was freelance for 20 years, but I have to pay a mortgage, and I've got 2 kids. My husband takes a nap in his van for 15 minutes at work, says Shawnee. I love that idea. 15-minute nap. Boom. Done. Power nap.
You're doing freelance wrong.
I hate to say it, but I nap every afternoon.
Nice. Yeah, but
That's retirement for you.
Yeah, retirement's great. I highly recommend it.
I'll take a nap anytime I feel like it.
That.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cheers, Jess.
Cheers. I don't have any booze left, but I
Here's
do.
the
You know what I
retirement,
have,
Jess.
Russell?
Jess, I'll tell you what. How can you not turn down another half hour of us making fun of you for your,
Not only that, I'm not here very often, so I think you should stay on longer.
I'll tell you what. I will turn it down very, very easily because I still do have to. I have a high octane job, guys.
We're terrible.
Oh, it has actually turned into 12 a.m. So we're out. You guys can stay in the green room if you want, Russell and Dave.
Okay.
But I am going to bed, so we're going to end the broadcast. So as I said earlier, between now and next week, everybody, and I do mean everybody, all you beautiful people, please stay sane, stay safe, stay healthy, and be kind to one another. Good night.
Peace soup.
Night. Bye.